Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all having a wonderful day today. Hope we're all prepped and prepared for some more Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, because that is what we're going to be playing today. So, let me get over to here, and I got my nice red controller, and I got my nice light over there. Oh, this is a nice one. Look, I don't think I've ever seen this starting one. Kia and Zeit just watching a train. That's neat. Oh. See, that's one thing that I forget happens, where, I forget that the starting screen changes, like the picture on it, because, like, most games, I feel like they don't really change that. Hey, you're here for real this time. How's it going, Mr. Light? Hope you're doing well. Excuse me while I just add Chapter 4 to the title of the stream. There we go. Thanks for dropping by last time. It was nice seeing you for the 5 seconds I think you were able to drop by. But how's it going, my man? Hope you're doing well. Let's just jump right in, because last time we got Dudley on our squad, yeah, the Mafia is just not in their home for whatever reason. And right now we have. Yeah, that's what it was. So we got Dudley in our team. Damn, who in my party has the most XP? 560, 570, 586. He has the most. Doing work and is plentiful as always. Ah, okay. That's. It's not bad. I mean, better. Well, I don't want to say better than being absolutely bored, because if you're if you're bored and have free time, you can find other stuff to do outside of work. Like, today at work, I just didn't have anything to do, so I just did some Duolingo. And I was like, yep, this is what I'm doing for right now. Not that I didn't have anything to do, it was more like I didn't have anything pressing to do, and the things that I did have to do, I could do, like, pretty quickly. So I was like, you know, I'll do those, and I'll do those things in 5 minutes. In this 5 minutes, I'm gonna do a lesson. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to, because last time on stream, I was told I should see what Dudley's S-Craft looks like. So let's just go out onto the... Okay, he's got a gun. Nice. So let's just go out into the West Mountain Path and get some CP, and then just try and get it done. Because all these guys, they're not going to give me all that much, they're not going to give me much CP, or not much XP, so I'm not worried about Lloyd losing, like, his place in, like, the XP rankings, which is kind of why I'm doing this. Oh well. Also, if I need to, what I can do is actually just run before the fight actually starts or ends or anything, and I will be able to instead just take the win and not really lose anything. Like, I won't lose any of, like, the XP placement, because that's all I'm really doing. I just want to see, well, I just want to be prepped for his S-Craft, is basically what it comes down to. Or maybe I will watch it out here, just so I can see it. Okay. Extend cards. Okay. So now we have yeah, so now I can actually look at his S-Craft, because I've heard that it's kind of ridiculous. Played D&D yesterday, nice, and finally be a true BBG after around a year and a half of that campaign starting. Nice, that's always cool. Okay, so apparently Dudley is a man that uses a gun, but his S-Craft has nothing to do with guns. Just his hammer. Oh. The businessman takes off the overcoat. Just punches him. Okay, you know what? That's good. I like that. I like that. That's funny. Okay. You know, that was worth it. That was absolutely worth it. God. Friggin' ridiculous. Anime as hell. In case no one knew, BBEG stands for Big Bad Evil Guy. Ah, okay. See, I just thought BBEG stood for, like, end of campaign. Not necessarily Big Bad Evil Guy. Because notoriously bad with acronyms, Buddy Bison is. Okay, so I can either go this way. Okay, so this is a rest station. What is this? Is it some sort of terminal? I believe this is a password-operated device. I can only imagine it's connected to this very conspicuous iron gate. Yeah, it's definitely sticking out like a sore thumb. Doesn't look like it'll open unless we have the correct password. If someone happened to write it down somewhere, we might be able to find it. Well, it's worth a shot. Let's try searching for it. That's not good password security. You're not supposed to write anything down. You're supposed to keep it all in your brain. Okay, well, let's start with upstairs. Okay, let's start with the upstairs we can get. DM was nice and gave us a 30,000 XP, launching us from level 7 to 10. Okay. See, all the campaigns that I've ever played in, it's never been like XP based. It's just been arbitrary. Like, okay, you know what? Let's we've played enough sessions with you guys at level 3. Let's bump you to level 4. Get some variety in various things. I almost kind of wish we had XP, but then I feel like depending on how situations go. It's like, oh, the healer would have to be, like, specially considered because they're probably not going to get as much kills. Now you take a break and try out the Cyberpunk RPG. Oh, nice. This bookcase is packed full, except for this odd gap here. Maybe someone borrowed the books that were there? No. Oh my god, is it a moving bookshelf? There's a pressure-sensitive device on the bottom of this particular shelf. Like, zoink, Scoob! If we put an object with a specific weight on it, it may activate some sort of mechanism. Yeesh, we stumbled into some kind of spy novel or something? What a juvenile security system. I'm sure this would be simple enough. We'll just search the building for any weighted objects that fit this gap. Understood. Okay, so we're searching for 2 things. 1, a password. 2, a weighted thing. Although, if we just need a specific weight, I don't understand why we can't just use our Mira. Right? Like, coins and stuff. And try to, like, jury rig it. Be like, okay, I'll keep placing coins, and hopefully at some point it'll add up to the weight of a book that would realistically go here. Okay, so that was this floor, so now just kind of want to work backwards. Okay. Cooking encyclopedia is on the shelf. Found the recipe for rich cream soup. Oh yeah. Dude, this Mafia, they know how to make some good soup. Well, while I'm here, might as well make myself some soup. Who's good at it? Tio is good at it. So let's have her make some rich cream soup. Come on. Give me the best thing. Right. Come on, give me the best thing. Give it to me. There we go. Full moon soup. And then Lloyd, Ellie, and Randy are all right at it, so that means it's going to be less likely that they'll F it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Lloyd make 3 and hope that one of them is a mess up. Yeah, but it was a cat food mess up. Okay, and then I'm gonna hold off on this and then wait until I can put the quartz on. That'll make it more likely that they'll give me the mess up food. A swimsuit magazine is sitting on the table. This looks like a magazine some of the underlings were probably reading. But Mr. Light, is that a Cyberpunk RPG game, like, based off of, like Cyberpunk 2077, or is it just, like, a general Cyberpunk, like, esque world? Right? Oh, damn! It's the newest issue of Hotshot! Haven't been able to pick up my copy yet. Flip, flip. My, aren't you ladies smoking? Randy, you lecherous. I don't know what else you were expecting from Randy. Ugh, no sense of decorum. Huh? Wait, I just saw something between the pages. Huh? Ah, you're right. There's some kind of memo stuck in here. There's a piece of paper stuck between the pages of the swimsuit magazine. The title and author of the most popular fairy tale at the library. Title and author. This must be the password for that device we came across. Indeed, it looks like it is. Alright, let's head back to the device and see if we can figure out the password. Piece of paper stuck between the pages. Title and author of the most popular fairy tale. General cyberpunk setting, and I say soon my totally not Ned Flanders ripoff, Ted Sanders, will brave the BS that is the say. Okay. Because I feel like most people, whenever they hear cyberpunk, at least nowadays, they think of like Cyberpunk 2077 or Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the anime, which is a very good anime. Like, I've seen the first couple episodes, and like, they're fucking awesome, because they're by Trigger. Hey, you're sticking your noses in places they don't belong. Haha, I get you. Like, it's really good. Okay, let's go in the main room. This is the parlor we were in before, right? Yep, I recognize all the gaudy ass furniture. I doubt there'd be any useful evidence in a place like this. Yeah, probably not. In like the most in the most regularly seen room by outsiders. Tio, do you sense anything? Or did you sense something? Yes, I got the same feeling when we were here before. But it almost seems like there's something more to this room. You think there's some kind of trick to it? Can you elaborate? I think our setting will be 10 years before V starts his thing in the video game, so 2067? Ah, okay. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I never played the game because I never cared about it. Because I was like, I don't need... Like, there's nothing about the... Like, even the marketing or anything that really gripped me. I was like, it looks fine. Like, whoever wants to play it will play it, but I don't want to play it. I believe there's some sort of mechanism in here. Sorry. It might just be my imagination. When have you ever been wrong about something like this, Tiotot? I agree. Let's take a look around. Okay, just hug the walls. Oh man, I wonder. Ooh, the paint. This painting. It is suspicious. Let's take a closer look. Right. Oh my god. Oh wow. Tiotot's sixth sense saves the day. Seems like we got two slots or something here. Rather than slots, perhaps there are actually keyholes. Played through it once just so my friends would stop hounding me. It was fun, but not amazing in every way. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's one of those unfortunate things where I was talking about this with Rias, the mod, where we're like, you know, games should only be announced like 6 months prior to release, because like any sooner, any earlier than that, the amount of time that the game has to build hype will usually eclipse what the game will actually give you. Also, the earlier you announce the game, the more pressure the dev team is under to deliver it, like, as soon as possible. So it's like, why would you do that? Why would you give that kind of implicit pressure? Like, just don't say anything and let them work on it, right? Like, Fire Emblem Engage, the first trailer for it was like 3-4 months ago, I think, and it's coming out in January, right? Like, it's perfect amount of time. Because also, when you announce it that close to release, most of the stuff that you get to show is, like, finished stuff, right? Like, oh yeah, we've been working on this for however long, it's this close to release. Hey, here's actual gameplay, here's actual visuals that are going to be in the game, here's what it really looks like, instead of lies. Or just like, oh, this is just a thematic CGI, like, trailer movie that, like, you don't see any gameplay. It's just to show you, like, the setting, but looking better than it ever will. I'm imagining Elden Ring DLC getting announced a year before it comes out. See, Elden Ring DLC, it's interesting that, like, we know it's happening, but they haven't said anything about it. Like, any word has just been from, like, data miners saying, like, hey, look at these, like, file names. So, like, I'm glad that they haven't said anything, because it means that they're working on it and just letting it do. But yeah, like things that are announced, like, a year before release, I'm like, that's still a year away. Why are you even telling me? like, it doesn't matter right now. Like, I'm certainly not gonna pre-order a game that's a year out. Something that may happen if we unlock them both. Alright, if we find any keys, let's see if they fit here. Okay. So I wonder if this is almost like an escape room kind of thing, where we need to go around, get keys different places, use them in different puzzles. There's a golden pedestal. Is this pedestal made of solid gold? No, I believe it's only gold-plated. But considering how rich Ravache is, they could certainly afford one if they wanted. Take the pedestal with you. And gold pedestal. Yeah, because that is on a bookshelf, and it presumably is weighted at such a amount that we can put it in the bookshelf slot. And there we go. Open that door. All right. Whoever made this place must have had fun installing all these dumb little funhouse tricks. Instead of, you know, using doors and keys like a normal person. Honoring won the Golden Joysticks Award with almost double the score of the second place game. Imagine how much more it could have gone if DLC had released a month before. I mean, that's also true, but I mean, Game of the Year awards and stuff, one, it's all highly subjective to different people, right? Like, I agree Elden Ring is a damn fine game, and I would probably put it as Game of the Year, but I've also had this conversation where it's like, there are other games that I don't feel fair comparing it against due to how just distinctively different they are. Whereas Game of the Year is meant to be like a, hey, this is the game that I place above all others across all other genres when I'm just not inherently that kind of person. Right? Like, I look at Elden Ring and I look at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and I love them both, and they're both fantastic. But they're both fantastic in distinctly different ways that are, like, nigh incomparable. Where it's like, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles, like, characters and story are so rich and so well fleshed out and so lovable, and like it's great. Whereas Elden Ring's main drive is more the world and the gameplay and the exploration aspects. Now, say that there aren't characters and there isn't a story, but it's not given in, like, it's given in the FromSoft way, so it's hard to compare them. And trying to rush out DLC just for the sake of a Game of the Year award, I feel like that would be shooting yourself in the foot in some ways, because it's like, well, what quality are you gonna get if you're rushing out DLC? And I get why they do it, like, of the year, but when you get down to it, right, so many games, and so many, like, and this goes with movies and music and all, like, so many get released in 1 year that it's, like, almost unfair to compare a year's worth of media, because there's just an obscene amount of it, right? And there could be very high quality games that come out at the start of the year that people forget about by the end, which is why it's like, oh yeah, there was a lot of hype for God of War getting it because it came out recently, and not saying it's not a good game, it seems to be a great game, a fantastic game even. But, like, Elden Ring was just a bright shining star at the start of the year that was lucky enough to have such an impact that it has continued to shine through the year and won the Golden Joysticks Award. Whereas in previous years, there would be games that's like, oh yeah, that game came out a while ago, but this new game that came out like a couple months ago was really good, and that's the one that I remember the best and most, and that's why I would put it there. which is why I almost feel like it should be like a half-year kind of thing. Like, first half, second half. Yeah, but that's just me. But overall, I'm glad the Elden Ring won. It's a fantastic game, and I speak very highly of it, because it's great. I just didn't feel like tapping more, so I'm not clearly segmented what I'm saying. I meant to say it's cool Elden Ring one, even without DLC. Yeah, it is very cool. Like, the fact that it came out in, like, January or February, and it was able to win a competition that was polled in November. Imagine how much more could have won if there was. Yes, exactly. If there was even more. Although, I guess it runs the risk opposite-wise, where it's like, what if the DLC isn't good and liked? What if, for whatever reason, God forbid, that they release DLC that, like, people just, like, agree is bad? And it would tank the rating. And I also wonder, like, how legitimate is I don't want to say how legitimate is a game or a thing, but, like, if you're giving a Game of the Year award, or a Game of the Year, like, vote, and you're thinking of the DLC added post-launch, in my head, I'm like, well, that's not part of the game that was released at the time. That was added on, tacked on afterwards. I wouldn't necessarily consider that when I would be trying to vote for Game of the Year. Because that could be like add-on of the year, best DLC expansion or something. But, like, if a game is only great after you download additional content, then I feel like that's saying the game is not great. And Elden Ring is great, and the DLC will most likely be fantastic. But I'm just thinking in other ones, like Cyberpunk 2077, right? Like, game came out, it was buggy, it was trash, like, it was not good. And, like, it was, like, 6 months or a year later, the developers were like, it was finally in a state that we wanted to release it in. And if it got Game of the Year that year, I would have felt kind of miffed. Where it's like, why are you getting this now? It's been out for a year. Just took all that long to do that. Never asked them to rush anything. Exactly, we don't want them to rush anything. FromSoftware is probably the only big company I have any respect for in any way, since they do their own thing and strive to make something good over releasing a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yep. Agree. Of course, I don't know about, like, companies and stuff to hard say that they're the only one, because there might be smaller companies that I'm totally for. But you did also denote big company, so yeah. But certainly they are one of the more well-known names that I don't know enough beyond the games and the amount of time between the games. Like, I don't know how they work their employees. I don't know any of that kind of stuff, because I don't want to know. The more you know, the more tendency you have to just be like, why did I have to find you out? Now I don't think you're as cool. Right? It's like, don't meet your heroes, kids. Or don't Google them. I know that this device appears to have cost an obscene amount of Mira. I'm sure it all comes down to Marconi's tastes. I've heard rumors that he's an avid fan of new toys and odd novelties. I'm sure that's caused more than a few headaches for those working under him. Okay, so this is on the right side. Now, new from Avache, Marconi and cheese. Oh, dude, mac and cheese, delicious. Why are these, like, stations here? I've yet to encounter even a single bout of... Did I save? Yeah, I saved. Okay. Oh, okay. The OST track, Killing Bear. Love to see it. Seems like this is an older building that's been renovated. According to the First Division's intel, this location serves as Avache's armory. Everyone else watching, shut the fuck up and play the game on your screen. We've all heard enough about the ring. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a very bad tendency to just go off on tangent, and because I'm absolutely bad at, like... Well, one, I also voice over the lines that people are saying because they're saying in Japanese, and I like doing my voices, regardless of how stupid they sound. It's like, if I do want to talk about something that isn't the game and there's text on screen, I either need to say all the text that's on screen and then talk about the tangent. Or was what usually happens, and I guess what's happening now, is I go off on the tangent, and then once I finish the tangent, I go back to the game, but that tangent could go for like 30 minutes. Because I could talk for a while, especially when I'm prompted from chat. The first time I've done it for myself, however. The sound of the machinery is strange. Everyone, enemies are approaching. Prepare yourselves. Huh? Oh my god, it's freaking robots! What are these things? Crab monsters? Beetles? Nah, that ain't right. They look like they're machines. Talk later. Focus on the enemies in front of you. Okay. Oh yeah, I separate everyone for the death save fight. Okay. Try attacker C! I presume you guys can't be blinded. That's just a presumption though. You know, I'll do you. You seem fun. And I'm so good at attacking people, I guess. Gotta go lunch though, so enjoy your lack of interrupt at all. Well, have a nice lunch. Oh yeah. Proc to KO. We like to see it. Okay, so... Wow, you guys aren't immune to blind? Interesting. That's surprising. One of 3 patrol archaisms cleans up suppressed foes using compact machine guns. Yeah. I mean... I guess given that... Yeah. Miss, bitch. Missed, bitch. You missed, bitch. Shoot you. Whack you. Okay. Nice. That was easy enough. I knew it. They were definitely some kind of mechanical monsters. They packed one hell of a punch, too. What even were those things? Autonomous machines, otherwise known as archaisms. Foundation has been researching them, but they have yet to put them into operation. However, rumor has it that secret society we've heard about has long been using them for their own ends. You mean that mysterious organization Estelle and Josh were talking about? The real question is, how did Revanche get their hands on these things? I didn't think you lot would know about the society. You know about them too, Dudley? Of course I do. The First Division conducted their own internal investigation of the incident that occurred in Liberal. And half a year ago, we heard rumors that the Society's weapons had made it onto the black market. We hadn't verified the legitimacy of such claims. To think that Revanche was actually able to get their hands on them. That's bad news for us. Is there a chance that Don Marconi purchased them for his own private collection? It's possible. This looks like exactly the kind of junk you'd love. Their speed and combat prowess aren't anything to scoff at either. I should mention that those weren't the only ones in the area. Man, what happened to us just looking through an empty building? Great question, Randy. Okay, so we need to go into tactics because I need to plop you guys back into position. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because they were... I spread them out so they couldn't all get insta-gibbed by a Death Scytheman. Yeah. There we go. Gotta shoot over back to, try to attack her R. Okay. I had to shoot Ellie back over to the front so I could get my cheap shots in. 1-3 patrol archaisms, assaults, and suppresses foes with foes using flexible arms. Yeah, good thing you guys are a weak ass bitch. Oh my god, look at all these guns and ammo. What the hell are you? Okay. The pole. Beep Seeker. A security archaism that detects and fires orbital lasers at trespassers. Okay. Nope. Cancel that because I still need to analyze you. Okay. Here we go. That was the weirdest one yet. Just a Beep Seeker. Hopefully that one's like thing isn't like it puts out other enemies that it can, that like summons. Hope it's not that. Because that means I would have to scan whatever the Beep Seeker puts up. I don't think it does. Well, I mean, of course I don't think it does. Most enemies don't do that. It's only usually boss enemies. Robache stole that item from someone. Please return to its original owner. No, it's mine now. You fool. There we go. Successful. It's a chance. Chance this. Ugh. So nice not having to use any crafts or arts to kill these things. There we go. Stupid ass Beep Seeker. Beep Seekers are nothing. They're weak. Of course, I also fought the bosses and stuff, so. Divine Cloth, yo! That's that thing. Just when I thought I was out, they loot me again! But, because that was that special thing, right? That, an illusory cloth made from an extinct breed of silkworm can be used to customize equipment at an orbital factory. Yeah, because that was that special cloth that, like, I could trade a tea material for. Yeah, flip the control switch, get rid of the lightning on the floor, or electricity on the floor. Oop. Thank you. Intimidation is such a good quartz to just have on. Okay. What does dark matter? Pop you. Pop that. Easy as pie. Ooh, okay, so they leveled up. A little bit of a moment to catch up. Just a tad. Bitch. Hit them, stall them just a little bit so I can get around them. Back you. Like, I feel like these enemies should, like, I don't want them to, but I feel like these are the kind of enemies that should be, like, exploding on death. Because, like, otherwise it's kind of, like, not all that, like, these guys aren't threatening, like, at all. So that was a new S-craft for TO. So, this is an attack line. This is support all max guard. Protects all allies from one attack. If max CP to it. Yo! She's got this, she's got the Kevin craft. Okay. You know what? I'm fine with that. You know, if I'm gonna have Ellie with aerial cannon instead of aura rain, right? This is reactive, whereas like this is proactive, where it's like, okay, this will protect my people from dying, like in the first place, whereas hers is this gets them up. Okay, so that's good. That's good. We like to see that. especially from her, because I don't use her CP all that often. So if I can make sure it's being used in like how do you say, how do I want to say, if I can make sure it's being used in like a active protective way, and that makes a bit more sense. Whereas like, oh, I'll use it like near the start of the fight to make sure that my people aren't getting like bodied like right from the get-go. There you go. Boom. There you go. Boom. I saw the burn proc. I like to see it. There you go. Get you from a mile away. There you go. Whack ya. Whack ya. Okay. So Tio is slightly hurt. So let's just use tier on those guys, those fellas with Ellie, because she can get her EP back. You know, God, her gun goes so far. It's fantastic. Like, I can definitely see why they added the stun element of like, hey, your attack type kind of needs to be like, I can see why they added attack types and made it applicable to stunning enemies. Because, like, being able to just stun with whatever attack based on direction, and I think that was the way it was in Cold Steel 1 as well, is just, like, OP as shit. When you really get down to it. Oh, damn. Luckily I didn't. Luckily it wasn't too much. Okay. Wait, what? Does this electrify it? So it's been turned out. Okay. Oh, that's one. Okay, so I need to do both. Okay. I didn't realize that a light had turned off. And that's the second one. Okay. There you go. Let's tag you. Get rid of you nice and quick. You stupid little robot. Oh, robots, that? God, I'm just thinking of the movie Robots, and I was like, I really liked that one when I was younger. But I'm not sure how well it holds up. Hey, no loitering, lol. Love it. I love it. Love that kind of stupid joke. Okay. I imagine I'm gonna get to a boss at some point. Or like a mini boss or a robot boss. That was down the hall. The guy didn't even think that he was gonna get shot. Although I imagine most people that are shot do not think that they will be shot. I would presume it's relatively sudden for most people. Okay. So a mini-map would be lovely. You know, let's try and eliminate everyone in the room before I get all mixed turned upside down. It's a lot easier to, you know, a lot easier to clear out the room and then look at things after. So good, everyone's still in range. Trying to get 2 overkills. That's what we're here today for. There we go. Let's get you. Dark Matter, pull them all in. Good. Easy enough. Kind of want to do damage like relatively equally across all of the enemy units. That way I could just kind of finish them all off in one attack per, instead of having it be separated. Yeah, let's just kill you while you're here. It's easier that way. Much easier that way. Okay, so this is that way, so let's check this way first. Oops, almost ran into the enemy. Took a little bit for my brain to be like, oh wait, there's a guy there. The enemies are so nothing that I forget. Okay, so that's that. So that alone is worth it to just kind of go back out before I check anywhere else. Make sure I do and get. And one of them is a proxy puppet. Cool. In the chest is a get out of jail free card. You place the chest under arrest. The charge, facilitating a jailbreak. So that was a proxy puppet. What's proxy puppet again? Oh, prevents chaos. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a different thing than the puppet that I was thinking of. Okay, monsters appeared. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, attacker R, beep seeker, yeah. Oh wait, have I not? Wait. What did I say? Tri-attacker. Oh, I have yet to look at Tri-attacker S. Because I don't know. Yeah, no, okay, there we go. I have somehow missed that. Or unless he's new. Yeah, applies buffs and debuffs with specialty missiles. I may have just been murking them so fast that I didn't even realize that they were... were new. Art. Craft. Yeah, I was hoping. Art, dark matter, craft, crash bomb. There we go. Blind everyone. Damn it. Okay. Well, at least I'm decreasing the amount of damage that I'm actually going to be taking. Dark matter. Resounding orders. Oh, thank you. Bam. Okay. Maybe been a little bit overkill, both two dark matters, but worth it overall, I would say. EP charge. Full metal coat. You murder! Those monsters were lawful tenants who paid rent. I mean, they're also robots, so I mean, like, free will and all that. Rigid leather, full metal coat, defense 100, ADF 50. That's evasion, I want that. So, do I want much bigger defense for him, but dropping strength a little bit? Or do I want to... I mean, also, if we're looking at it in terms of, like, health, right? Yeah, you know what? Hers is the one that I care least about the amount of, like... Because I like her with the speed up, even though it's not all that much speed boost, but it's still some. Because it helps her, like, the more speed I can get on Tio, the better. Because I want her to get as many turns as possible, as often as possible. Okay. So, what I should do is arts tier, there we go. Because once again, she gets EP just kind of by walking around, so no reason not to use the heals with her and then go walk around. Instead of using Tio's, who she gets it by doing damage in combat, but does not necessarily doesn't necessarily get it back guaranteed. Although there's that, so okay. Okay, luckily it ran away. My intimidation was too strong. My absolute male dominance intimidated this robot. Okay, let's... Okay, so that's one of the buttons. Oh, hey! Here's how we get to it. EP3, cool. So you finally figured out how to get to me, did you? That... Yes, finally. Okay, so that's EP3. Max EP plus 15%. That could, like, honestly, that could be a lot on, like, on Tio. Yeah, she literally gets a 115 more. But I'm not sure if that's worth, like, you can either get 115 more EP, or you can just decrease the cost of the spells. Which I'm not sure, like, ideally you would have both of them on, but I don't. And nor do I really plan to, because I don't think I really need to work towards the Mirage route all that well, or all that hard. So I don't feel like putting it on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so these guys... Yeah, I think this is probably where I would have started to, I guess, meet them. But I didn't see them elsewhere. I'll do blue drop. And you can do dark. Okay. I'll let her do the kind of big, pricey AoEs. Whereas I can leave the other ones a bit less worn. Although I guess it doesn't matter because there's a healing station like right there. So in this case it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that turned off that one. Celestial Bomb. Which idiot named it Insomnia and not Resisting Arrest? Okay, you know what, that's good. Okay. I'm just hugging the walls right now. I'm hall-wugging. There we go. He looked at me. He knew he couldn't do anything against me. And then he turned his back, and that was his last mistake. Okay, so that went up to there. That was one of the door switches. So that turned off that and that. Did it also turn off dual garters? Upon searching the switch the second time, you discover the hoops that had to be jumped through in order to implement these messages. Whew. Everyone at 1 HP. Okay. So you can't just straight up ignore having to turn those things off. Okay, cool. I wasn't exactly sure, that's what I figured. I'm glad that it only brings you down to 1 HP, though. It doesn't, like, kill you. Because that would honestly probably be a bit harder to implement when you get down to it. It's like, it's probably harder to implement a will kill you in the field kind of situation than it is to just have a... than it is to just kind of let it be. Let's do that. Let's do that. Good. Was not expecting people to respawn, which is why I kind of just ran down here willy-nilly. I was very much expecting them to stay dead, but let's come in here for what I'm presuming to be a boss fight. Okay, it's just a raid. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, attacker R, Beep Seeker, try attacker S, try attacker S, try attacker S, try attacker C. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Craft, that, craft, Brave Smash. That, craft, Crash Bomb. Actually, I could do, let's do Crash Bomb. Blind everyone, art. Yeah, let's do that. Get out of here. I'll just shoot you. Yeah. Bastards with the massive AoE. Getting a whole bunch of EP back with those kinds of attacks. Okay. Good. Easy enough. There's a bunch of them. Nah, that was the challenge. There's just a bunch of them. Oh, okay. It's the massive key, a Cornelia key. They really like those words, Cornelia. You think this is a pretty hefty key? You think this is it? Yes, this is likely one of the keys to the mechanism in the parlor. Really nothing else in here? Freaking massive room just for that one key. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's rest here, because now we need to go back out. Because the other... direction we need to go through is kind of back through the main area and open up that side. Yep. Now, luckily, these guys are not hard or difficult, and I can kill them quickly. And they give halfway decent XP, not gonna lie. The area isn't too complex. Ice! Randy. Ice! Ah, you missed Randy. Yeah, bitch. Okay. I mean, might as well if I get the back attack, just go for it and kill him, get the free XP. So I guess in this game where it is kind of scaled off of your level, if you're able to hold off on killing things and getting XP and waiting until you get to a boss to give you bigger XP, it might be overall better. But then, there's an if-ander there. It's like, oh, would it actually be better, or do I just hope it would be better? And there's a way to be argued each way. But yeah, now we're here. We did all of this. So we have one of the keys. Cranial key inserted. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's the key. See, I thought those dots were the key slots. Okay, no, they're talking about there. Okay. So we need the... what's the library's the title and author of the most popular children's book. Lean on the 7 Little Dragons. Who's now 2 passwords in order. Dorothy and Sharon. Riddles Fairy Tales by Sean Arnhem. Damn. Okay. Let's just go get the answer. Administrative District. Yeah. Hey, Uncle. Thanks a lot. As you might imagine, we're far too understaffed to have handled this task. I'll be sure to contact you if you need anything else. New books is among Mark and Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest, last volume. You can find this newest volume on the first 4 shelves. Don't forget to take a look if you're interested in this popular trilogy, so be sure to check it out ahead of time. Most popular. I can see Enthusiast is on the shelf. Saint and the White Wolf. Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest. Okay. Don't know. I was hoping there'd be like a quest or some paranormal crossbow collection. Train Fanatics. Yeah, no. Lip Smacker Quarterly. And after the treasure trove data, it won't be easy to incorporate all of it, so I'll have to pick up and choose the best pieces. This library is an absolute lifesaver for researchers like me. More reference producers I can ever imagine. Wonder if the Nova stands to the very last possible second again. He's been awfully cheery recently. I wonder what might put that extra spring in his step. Brian. Yeah, so this is like the history section in case you ever want to read up about the world. Yeah. Racer Guild. Arkansas Artifact. Okay. Along last, the font volume Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest has arrived. It's by far the most popular fairy tale this library has. Okay. Even got hooked on it myself when I was reading it to Abby. Want to know what happens next in the book? Come on, can we read it? Okay, so Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest. Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest. That was... Mark and which by Sean Arnold. Hey, I guess the right author. Okay. Mark. Okay. Sean Arnold. Okay. Nope. Mark and Deep Forest. Sean Arnold. There we go. I got really close on my first guess. That would have been ridiculous. There we go. Looks like we hit the jackpot. Despite the elaborate mechanism, they were a little too careless. Pretty sloppy of them to leave info like that sitting inside a swimsuit mag. Hey Rav, how's it going, my man? Hey Rav Kiva, hope you're doing well. Everything's going well with me. There you go, have a far length. That's for you. That one's for you. Have a far length. I mean, wouldn't that be the first thing intruders would pick up and flip through? Normal intruders do not share your unique priorities, Randy. Well, no matter how great the security system is, it's pointless if the users are all this incompetent. I got the flu? Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to go to CVS and get a flu shot. Let's continue. Looks like there's something up ahead. Yes, sir. Oh my god. Look at this big area. I'm gonna have to get that chest up on them boxes. Is this place a warehouse for smuggling goods, perhaps? There's no mistaking it. Damn it. Only we had a search warrant. We could look through every nook and cranny of this place. Yeah. Hold on a sec, we ain't alone here. Are those monsters? Okay. Monsters? Take them out. Okay, I was not expecting monsters here, but I guess if you're gonna have archaisms on one side, that's probably the best thing to have on the other. Okay. Nope. Blind you! I'm gonna leave after finding the boss, or else you won't be able to complete the teaming shit. Yes, I did remember that. I did in fact remember that one. But thank you again for your reminder. Winged cat-like monster with powerful kicks, not native to Crossbow State. Oh no, it's not native to Crossbow State. Whatever shall we do? Cancel that. Go to A. Back, yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna dark matter, yeah. And if you keep doing that, I might as well keep working up on that achievement. It's like I gotta cancel so many arts and crafts. So, you know, if you do it, I have to take advantage of it. Oh yeah, baby, look at all them levels. Death Scorpion. Yo, that's a good S-craft name. I have to look at that one. What are monsters doing in a place like this? Are those things even native to Crossbell? I've never seen them before. They remind me of flying felines, but those are only native to Liberal. And I guarantee arts and crafts little. I mean, like, that is the funny part, right? It's like, hey, this is the JRPG where you do arts and crafts, and those are your special attacks. It makes it sound like you're playing Mario, like Super Mario or Paper Mario freaking sticker party. Or something. And like, no, it's you're playing a JRPG that tongue-in-cheek knows it's fucking funny. But yeah, flying felines, we fought a whole bunch of those in Chess in the Sky. Fucking great. I don't recall them ever being that strong either. We can only assume that smuggling monsters is one of their business practices. Seems like they were hiding them in here, along with those war dogs of theirs. Smuggling monsters? Is there that much of a demand for them? I'm sure there's an eccentric millionaire who'd be interested, also in cold steel. Yeah, okay. I mean, that is the weird thing, right? Where you think, like, invasive or non-native species, right? In our world, it makes a tad more sense because we're not on a Pangea-esque continent, right? It's like, oh yeah, you take a rabbit and it was native to Europe or whatever and bring it to Australia and it fucks shit up because it's non-native, because there's no land path for a rabbit to get to from Europe to Australia. However, in this world, it is Pangeic for the most part. I'm willing to bet that there are island stuff, but I mean, like, it's by and large one landmass. So, like, the fact that they're, like, non-native to Crossbill seems odd, because they could just go there. Especially given that they are in both Liberal and Erebonia, which take up, like, the western chunk of the entire continent. It's like, why are they not native to Crossbell? How did they not get there? And are they stating that flying felines are not going to be in Calvard when we go there in Kuro? It goes without saying, though, that smuggling monsters is illegal in most countries. For good reason. What's the difference between, like, how do they delineate monster from, like animal that is raised, right? Like farm stock kind of animal, right? Because, like, that's how all farm animals were originally. It's like, oh yeah, we just took a wild, like, ox or something, took care of it, kept it, bred it, and it became a cow. Like, oh yeah, we got boars and stuff, we domesticated them, they became pigs. Although pigs are fucking crazy, because they're, like, literally Pokemon, where if you just have a pig, and then you just release it into the wild, it will become a boar. Like, it's crazy, it's weird. And, like, I don't know what we took, like, I don't know what a wandering wild chicken was like, but I presume it did not look like what chickens we have now. Vice versa. So it's like, what in this world was defined as a monster that you take, and what is defined as, like, livestock. Because without saying no, that smuggling monster is illegal again. Eesh, there's some real weirdos out there. Heads up, Lloyd. Get the feeling those weren't the only critters roaming around here. Wolves became tiny dogs who need human support. Yeah. Yeah. Seems proceeding through this area won't be so easy. Imagine a wild chihuahua. I mean, honestly, they were freaking go at your ankles. So, I mean, piss you right the hell off. It's a flutterfly. What the hell? It's a moth flyer. Insect-type monster from a foreign country, blinds foes by scattering its scales. No. I'll whack you. I guess I still need to analyze you. Insect-type monster. Because once again, I am trying, like I remember when I played through Cold Steel, I didn't, like, when, like, OG when I was playing through it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna focus too much on trying to, fill out the Pokedex equivalent. But then I was like, oh yeah, I want to get all the achievements. Oh damn, I really wish that I casually did that. So now I'm like, I should probably just do it. Okay, so I lower it so I can move around and then raise it on the other side. Get over here. Shoot you. Why does this place remind me of the Geofront dungeon at the end of CS2? I mean, probably inspired. Although, I mean, I feel like it's more just in, like, the raising low, like, especially in the Cold Steel games, the raising lowering mechanic in the Geofront became a bit more prominent, whereas now in the Geofront it's kind of more like switches to, like, stop obstacles. Time Sepith, yo. In Crossbow, first you get the Sepith, then you get the Mira, then you get the Winner. Oh, baby. And it's like, oh, what the hell? Some fucking, like, poffins? What the hell are you guys doing? Yeah, no. Not doing that. Whack ya. Analyze it. Baby penguins! Mischievous chicks of a certain flightless bird. They are drawn to the sight of arts. Just baby penguins. I'm just killing some baby penguins. They didn't even change them to like penguins or something. Just like, no, they're just penguins. Yeah. Excuse me, I just lower that again because I didn't, Right, because that goes up over here, and this... Oh, it needs to be raised, but... Oh, okay. I was supposed to just raise it and keep it raised. Okay, good. Oh, God, I love that. See, what I had thought was this one was blocking the path. I didn't realize it was a bridge. Which is why I thought it was going to be one of those things where I needed to have... Oh, I probably should have saved. Oh, well. Whatever. Oh my God, some fish. Whatever shall we do against these killer hammerheads? Well, how about I crash bomb them? Blinded. Blinded by the flash grenade. You don't like wind, earth, or fire, and water you're neutral. Wow, you are a weak-ass hammerhead. A savage pelagic monster that swims through the air, breaks foes in one bite. Okay, cool. You know what? Oh wait, you aren't the one that got a new S-Craft. You got a new S-Craft. I could check out Aerocam, but you're also M-range, so I'd rather wait a hot second. Missed bitch. Missed bitch. Missed bitch. Missed bitch. Yeah, that poor bastard. Just could not. None of these stupid ass hammerheads could hit. But wow, they get like they're using like. I wonder if that's where the 8 leaves 1 blade style got their Gale attack from. They just looked at these goddamn hammerheads doing their thing. Because like they hit everyone in range, or they try to if they didn't get blinded. Confuse. Okay. Presenting an all-new menu item, the special support set comes with pork tenderloins, Ellie mac and cheese, and Randy's roasted Brock Orlando, all on a Tio plate. And for dessert, get over a slice of blueberry or pie. Oh, you know what? I like that one. That one has a lot more words than most of the chest messages. But I like that one, where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna mess with everyone's names in a fun way. Oh, I like that. I think that's my favorite one so far in this game that I can like remember. Okay. So there's a chest there, but that's up, so I have to go down to it from an upped area. Yeah, like this kind of upped area. God damn it! Holy crap! So many. How? Yeah, bitch. You're just still following me. You really don't need to be. It's gonna kill you. Damn it. Smack you. Shoot you. Hit you. Those hammers are super similar to the ones from Issei. Yeah. Yeah, I can believe it. When you have as many games in your series as or games in like your like when you have multiple JRPG franchises, you're gonna want to try and at least share inspiration between things, so you're not like so it's not like a one and done kind of use. Especially when it's not like the biggest company in the first place, right? Like Falcom, I would like to think of them as a super large company that's like, oh yeah, put like a whole bunch of resources and stuff, but it's like they're not a Nintendo. Like they're like a big name in JRPGs, but that doesn't, like, just because they're a big name doesn't mean, like, they're big budget. Yeah. Okay. Dark matter. Craft. Access. Thank you. Dark matter. Good. Okay. Do I need that down? Okay. So I think I needed this down. So I need that up to progress, but I think I need it down for me to come over. God damn it. How was I ambushed? By a group of baby penguins. Oh, they AT delay? Bastard. Probably AT delay through their cuteness. Thank you for missing. You dumb little bitch. Yeah, okay. Hit 3! And he's not okay. She wants you to arrest the smooth criminal. Okay. Oh yeah, I never looked at confused. What's confused do? Chance confused enemy. Okay. But, oh wow, okay, like 1 across the board and then 5. Not even super huge in JRPGs. I think Square, Atlas, and Monolith are some of the big ones. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely like the biggest names that are regularly acknowledged. But, I mean, big in terms of like historical significance. Like Falcom are some of like the ones that made some of the biggest JRPGs way back in the day. It was actually interesting because I saw one of the who was it? Or who's the Smash Brothers guy that recently made like the YouTube channel talking about game things? Sakurai. Sakurai Presents or something. There was one that he was like talking about like clear information giving, and he like used Ys 1 as an example with like the screen with the XP and stuff. It was interesting. I was very surprised. Okay. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I want to see Death Scorpion ferociously charged. The blood of the war god boils within. Yo. Oh, yeah, because isn't the Scorpion the insignia of that Jaeger group, the Red Constellation? I don't know why I would that. No. Good. Yeah, come over here. Arts. Need to make sure that Tio stays at good health. Okay, so did all of that. So now I can. Okay, will you just? You just need to kill these guys because they'll just get in the way of, like, things. East and Xanadu are one of the earliest JRPGs, but in terms of overall scale of scales, Falcom is not as well known in the West. Yeah, exactly. Well, people in the West definitely know of SMT, Persona, Xenoblade, Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest. So I would say SMT, maybe not. Persona, definitely. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like common people, not JRPG people, probably don't know about SMT, but they'll know about Persona, not realizing that it's a branch of SMT. I feel like that's likely. Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, definitely. Or at least Final Fantasy. Dragon Quest, maybe, I would like to think. But I could also believe someone saying, like, what the fuck is Dragon Quest? Final Fantasy, yeah, definitely. Everyone, like, I feel like if you play video games, you have at least heard of Final Fantasy. In P3, we found a small pile of chess messages that were deemed unsuitable for a commercial release. I am curious as to how many chess messages like they just replaced because of something like that. Because I didn't play the Geofront version, so I don't know what chess messages were in Zero and Asher that had to get like altered. You know, as far as I've heard, it wasn't many, but of course I don't know. All I know is that they didn't include the "if that's not a bra" moment. Then after DQ11, I'm pretty sure people know of them now, especially since DQ was the first JRPG, pretty much. Yeah, I would like to think, but it's also one of the games where I've only really heard it talked about by people that like and play JRPGs. Like, and that's not to, and of course that's not to belittle the game series itself, because I'm willing to bet that there is like a decent number of people that know about it, even outside of like the general or the devoted JRPG community. But that's the kind of reach that I was. Trapped in the staircase. You can spread the creation of most JRPGs, especially. Oh yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, there's a reason why all like JRPGs are very similar to it. It's because it set the bar, right? It's the one that put all the systems in place, which is more surprising, given that Dragon Quest has all, like, the spell names that I absolutely hate because they're not straightforward, whereas Final Fantasy is the one that has fire, water, arrow, that's the one that has all, like, the clear naming sense, where, like, Dragon Quest is like, Salazzle! Flapoople! Like, especially in a kind of thing where it's like first come first serve, like you want to put your toe in the sand and be like, yeah, this is my claim for the spell names. Yeah, I like the only Dragon Quest game I've played is Dragon Quest 11. Other than like there was like a Pokemon-esque Dragon Quest game that I remember I played when I was a lot younger. That was like, oh, okay, it's neat. But yeah, that was the only one that I've ever like played Dragon Quest 11, and I was like, it's all right. It wasn't really my cup of tea in terms of like. I beat the main story. I didn't do like the true end final boss kind of thing. There's just something about it where like I didn't care about the characters all that much. I felt like the story was all right, not amazing. I never got used to the spell names, and the way the menus worked were kind of like all right. I was like, okay. Kind of wish they were separated a bit more differently, but even SMT% has some of a recognizable element to attack, since I believe they just use either Latin or some other language. Yeah, right. And that's exactly the case, where it's like they use those names presumably because fire, water, like all the base element names were used in Final Fantasy, and it's like we need our own separating ones. But yeah, and once you play the games enough, you just know because you've been exposed to them. It's like, oh yeah, fire, Augie. Like it's the Augie line, and then Miragi is multiple, and Augilao is like heavy, singular, and those kinds of things. And then Zio is electric, and that's how you go. And Bufu is ice. And the more games you play, the more it just kind of gets internalized. Do you have a warrant, officer? No, this has been discussed plotline. I do not have a warrant. It's penguins. But yeah, like, spell names, like, Dragon Quest games, like, I could tell, like, I could understand why people would like it and why they do like it. I just knew that, like, or me playing it, I was like, yeah, I just don't. Like, it's alright, I don't hate it. There are certain aspects where I think I've talked about before where I'm like, it seems like it's only there for the sake of it having previously been there, for it being a, like, specifically I'm talking about the statues. Like, being like, you can only save at the statues other than, like, I think quick save option. And, like, that's also where, like, you have to res your party and other things unless you use an item. And I'm like, it's like, I think that this is a mechanic only because it's just a Dragon Quest staple and not because it's a good mechanic. You guys don't know as good as the Trail series, in my opinion. I mean, I definitely agree based on my experience. I think DQ is the most simple and basic JRPG you can play these days, so it gets great reviews because it's more like a good introduction to JRPGs in general. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's also definitely helped by the art style being Akira Toriyama, which is a very noticeable and overall likable art style. I think, like, it's funny because I say that, but the art style of Akira Toriyama is probably one of the reasons why I did not care for the cast as much. Like, I think Toriyama's a lot better at making monsters and, like, weird-looking things that you fight that I think are interesting, whereas his characters all, like, I look at them and I'm like, oh, that's Trunks. Like, Dragon Quest 11 main character is just Trunks. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Trunks. Okay? And, like, the guy's got, like, 3 guy types, 2 girl types, and then fat little old person, male or female skin. Like, there's not much variety, let's say, in his human designs, I would say, in terms of, like, general body shape. Last thing I want to do is hurt you, but still on the list. You know what? That's a good one. That's good. The last thing I want to do is hurt you. It's still on the list, so I want to do it. Oh, God. Snuck up on it. Excuse me while I run. Okay, so how do I get there? It's hard to play a DQ game without drawing comparison TV. I mean, yeah. And I like, and arguably, that would be the case for any game series where they've had one artist go the entire time, and that artist is a famous artist. Right? Like, it's like, anytime I pick up one of the light novels of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, I immediately think of SMT Devil Survivor and Yozakura Quartet and the other things that the artist has done. Because I'm like, oh yeah, like, this artist. And then you apply that to, oh hey, I think there was a ladder outside. Ah, okay. And then you apply that to someone as well known as Akira Toriyama. Oh, there's a little bridge. Okay, I literally went across here and here, and then didn't even see that. Ah, flippin' sweet. Team material! Yo! A treasure chest walked into a bar. As it was clearly a mimic, it was instantly slaughtered. Poor thing didn't even get a drink. Okay. So, is now when I should go do it? Or do I get another one for the boss? I mean, regardless, I'm gonna have to exit anyway. Actually, you know what? If I have a team material now, and I'm gonna get another one, I should probably exit now. That way, I don't have to halt the flow of, I guess, plot. Like, after the boss. Because I'm willing to bet what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get another one, right? And that one, and that one I can use, like, on myself. I can use that for my people. And if we get another one for the boss. Okay. So maybe Maybe the wiki was just... Well, actually, I didn't look at the wiki. I'd assumed you did, and that's why you knew the boss dropped it. Okay. But yeah, let's be safe. Better be safe than sorry. Because I would hate to go through the entire boss fight. And then have to reload. For the sake... Oh. And of course the side that gives you the tea material and the side that I did... Well, actually, no, I shouldn't leave now. Because this is one of the halves. I'm still going to get one of the keys to go open the final place. So, yeah, okay. So I'm not even at the final boss yet. Okay. Okay, yeah, you know what? Screw that. Who am I even talking about? That chest on the floor. Okay. Yeah, because the thing I'm doing right now isn't the final boss, or isn't the boss for this section. What the hell? There we go. Oh, god damn it, I checked the wrong one. Whatever. I wanted to cancel it out. Or craft. Yeah, because I have to get both keys right before I can open, presumably, the safe in the main area. So, if I have to do that first, right, then I'm gonna have to go back down there anyway after I get the key. If I'm going back down there anyway, then I might as well just do it all in one trip instead of going back down, then back up, and then back down again. Okay. But I will also just save here just in case I am being foolish. Did Bison keep his promise? Yeah, I watched Dudley's thing, takes off his jacket, just does a friggin' like ground geyser punching with his fist. It's pretty sick, dude. I remembered Fontana. I would never forget about my promises to you, my man. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you attack you. Then we're gonna have you encourage. And then we're gonna have you make sure you've got all the Venus man traps. Remember, this plant monster sucks in and stores dirt within its body. Okay. We're gonna have you do this because we like that scorpion. See, I feel like this is like I like hearing the Japanese and their delivery. Like the Japanese voice actors, but I do wish that it was subtitled or it had an English voiceover, just so I could know like what edgy shit Randy's saying. I forgot that Pokemon was one of the top JRPGs. I always get the air JRPGs because it's Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, it is the most famous JRPG. People just forget that JRPG stands for Japanese RPG, which is such a generic ass term. Like, it's, like, when you think about it, it is so generic. It's any RPG made in Japan falls under that umbrella. And RPG is such a wide range of game type. But when people think of JRPG, you always think turn-based or maybe action, right? It's weird thinking that, like, it's weird thinking of a game that, because I mean, one could argue RPG is also not really a great, like, genre definer. Like, role-playing game. You're playing the game in a role? Like, what? Like, it's just not great. But yeah, it's like, Pokemon is easily the most famous JRPG that people don't think of as a JRPG. Oh my god, there's a key! Sephiral key. Yo, Sephiral? Sephiral gem? I want a Sephiral gem. Second key. This should allow us to unlock the mechanism in the parlor. Okay, now I can go down. Good. Oh, oh no! Oh no! Oh, 2-chain battle. Oh yeah, I need to get a 3-chain battle at some point. Yeah, that's something I need to do. People also forget Pokemon is also a JRPG. Pokemon has all the JRPG attributes, but instead of leveling up your SC, you level up your Pokemon. Yeah, that's very true. Neko Dave, what's up, my man? How's it going? Everyone's coming, everyone's dropping by. Let's drop some dabs. And also make sure we stay hydrated, everyone. I realized I haven't been making good on my Nightbot notification. You hate this place? Yeah, Fontana was saying that this area is long and convoluted. But cool. This place is definitely long and twisty and turny. And I do like how the right and left sides are definitively different, where it's like, oh yeah, right side archaism, left side monsters. Okay, I'm doing well. I'm enjoying this area. I presume because it's my first time playing through that I'm enjoying it, but I mean, like, still enjoying it. Okay, you guys are weak to most things other than the things that she can do. Bitch. You've got to be at the day of your death. Hey! You can't be giving me orders, dude. Ah, bitch. You missed me. Oh, you hit me. Okay. It only worked twice. Spark dying. Whack. Whack. Yup, it's a very strong move. Guess it's not as bad with monsters only attacking lead person. That is also true. Build Lloyd to have big ass evasion, right? Because my Lloyd right now, has 75% evasion. I'm willing to bet most people did not try to build Lloyd like that. I'm willing to bet that most people did not look at evasion and go, I want that for Lloyd. They were most likely just like, ah, yeah, I'll just do whatever. Have him be like he's meant to be kind of like an all-rounder. Because, like, Estelle and Lloyd definitely kind of feel like that way, like meant to be all-rounder. Whereas Tio is meant to be artillery, like arts powerhouse. Randy's meant to be physical strength powerhouse. And Ellie's kind of meant to be secondary, like, arts person. So yeah, it isn't just really needed in my opinion. In Archer, it is all but intended. Okay, interesting. I mean, one could argue builds are not necessarily needed in most of these games. They're just there because it makes it more fun because you're breaking it in certain ways. Like, it's not needed to make Laura a domination cannon in Cold Steel 1 and 2, but you can, and it makes the game really funny. It's like, oh my god, these people are so strong, how could we ever defeat them? One shot. Not New Game Plus. Bison, one of Lloyd's best offense, and all I could give evasion. Oh, okay, you know what? Fair enough. In that case, it's understood. They knew what they wanted. Well, I didn't realize that. You Not my fault. The game wasn't localized early enough. Yeah, okay. That. It's that. That. Okay. Go down the stairs, and... Well, I think I need to... What? No, okay. Wait, no. Wait. You drop it. Wait, yes. Here we go. Kinda wish I did the left side first. Although I do like how it's an option of doing left or right first. But the annoyance of having to go backwards through all of these, like the up and down switches, that's when you just kind of want the, that's when you want the Dark Souls treatment, where it's like, oh yeah, once you like get to a certain point, it just kind of loops around naturally, like, oh, you kick down a ladder. Oh, you kick down a ladder, cool. And just you can go right back to the start. Don't even have to worry about it. Okay, so I need to go hand in the T material side quest over at Gurgruma. I have no idea, I forget what the place of thing's name is. Guillaume. Guillaume. Oh yeah, it's a Guillaume. And then begin preparation to install the new programming. Update. It will be employed here if you stand. Misleading. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I need to Oh, looks like you managed to get your hands on some tea material, did ya? To say the word, I'll make that orbital staff looking brand spanking new. I'm ready to go anytime you need me. Upgrade the staff. You use that material you found to upgrade the orbital staff. Should we proceed with the upgrade? Not yet. Want to save first? There we go. Okay. Yeah, God damn it, I was holding circle there. Please. Yeah, please do. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Everything good on your end, Roberts? Yeah, we got the materials. I'm ready to go. Just hold on, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, guys. Now verifying the required materials, we're ready to roll. A weapon modification, then. Lucky me, being here to witness such a rare spectacle. Hey, so you're getting into it after all. I'm proud of you, Specs. You idiot. I was being sarcastic. Why are we involving ourselves with trivial requests in the middle of a huge situation?
Sorry, you might be right. Our priorities may not have been in order. I apologize for not realizing it sooner, Detective Dudley.
On the other hand, I recognize that you have your own circumstances to deal with as well. I'll go take care of something else in the meantime. Finish this up ASAP, so we can get back to the investigation. Understood?
Right.
Don't worry, we will. Okay, see you, Dudley. You stick in the mud.
That's what detectives of the 1st Division are like, huh? Would you like to postpone the upgrade, T.O.? It seems like you're a bit busy at the moment. Not to worry, Chief. This behavior is typical of Detective Dudley. I think he understood the situation anyway. You may as well hurry and complete the modifications.
That's what I like to hear. Let's get cracking in that case.
Sounds good. We'll try to complete the modifications as fast as possible.
Now that I'm in the right mindset, I can really feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins.
I'm looking forward to this. I can already picture Tio gallantly brandishing her new orbital staff. Chief, if the orbital staff is rendered useless due to a bug, I will refuse to speak to you for a significant amount of time. Do you understand?
No way. Anything but that, Tio. How could I have done such a terrible thing?
Chief, nothing's happened yet. Take a deep breath and relax.
Come back to us, Roberts.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and begin the process then. Do you mind waiting a little bit? Of course not. We'll just sit here and watch you then.
Doting father and surrogate's daughter. Lloyd and the others spent the next 30 minutes observing the process. They were unable to understand the finer details of the process, but it seemed as though the upgrade was completed without incident. And then... Yeah, so what craft is she getting with this? Is it good? I hope it's good. Oh. Is it craft to just use cannon? That would be neat. How's it for you? I think I got all the calibration just right.
Well then, it feels slightly off due to the code having been completely overwritten, but all in all, not bad.
I bet it's the balance control. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it in no time though, Tio. Just use the AI system to swap the program over whenever you want to change to a different orbital staff. Oh, and please don't forget to install any of the removal attachments.
Understood.
So, Lloyd, taking things went well?
Yeah,
I think so. Never even realized the orbital staff could open up like that. Almost seemed like some sort of high-tech clamshell.
I had no idea your staff had so many different functions. Alright, how does it handle now, Tio?
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Are you able to perform that new craft?
I would hope so. That's why I did it.
Yes, the upgrade is complete. I should be able to perform all of the new functions efficiently and without error. Absolute zero.
Why is there an apostrophe?
Absolute zero allows me to launch anti-energy bullets at 0 degrees. Though I cannot fire them in quick succession, I imagine they will prove quite useful in more intense fights.
Really? Well, that's reassuring. Sounds like that thing will be able to bail us out if we find ourselves in a pinch. I'm itching to see it in action.
I'll definitely be counting on you for your support, Tio. Roger. Chief, Mr. Guillaume, thank you for your efforts.
Yeah, we appreciate the help. Oh, that little thing was no big deal. Don't worry about it at all.
Right, no need to thank us. It was our proposal after all. Besides, I'm glad we were able to complete all of the intended modifications successfully. I was half expecting you to turn it down, actually. I guess it was the right decision to put Guillaume's name on the request after all. Stare. No, never mind. Please just forget I said that. Whoops, would you look at the time? I really must be on my way now. I hope the staff serves you well in your fights. Stay safe, Tio. Until next time, then. Ew. Why must he be like this? So how does it, like, I upgraded this staff and it gives me the new craft, but I'm presumably going to be able to buy an upgraded staff in the next chapter. So, like, so does she just carry over all the upgrades into the new staff whenever she buys one of them? So Jaros finally did a Weedle only run and he starts off with, yeah, I decided to start off with a perfect Weedle. Great start. I mean, hey man, Weedles are not great. Well, at the very least, I can tell that he genuinely cares about you, Tio. That's our protective visit, right, Roberts? Seems like you're finished. Or seems like you're finished. Ugh. Yes, firmware update, yeah. I assume you've successfully modified the orbital staff. Yes, of course. Sorry it took so long, Dudley.
As you should be. I swear. Going in for weapon maintenance in the middle of an urgent situation. Well, what's done is done. If we're finished, can we return to our investigation? Can't afford to put it off any longer.
Understood. Let's move out then. Along with things like Magikarp and Wobbuffet.
Ah,
yeah, that was his opinion. This is an impossible challenge category. I feel like you could potentially do a Wobbuffet only, right? Like counter and mirror coat, right? Like, I feel like that's potential. Magikarp, there's no feasible way because like what moves can Magikarp even learn? Other than, I think it learned, what, Tackle at, like, level 20 or something? He did. It just sucked. Yeah. Thank you for everything, sir. We'll be counting on you if anything more comes up. Flail. Yeah, okay, Flail.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening, but keep hanging in there. And Dudley Wesson, don't be a stranger. Come to my factory anytime you need your weapon fixed up. Flail is deceptively strong, but finicky.
Yeah. Well, I'll consider it. Until we meet again.
Mobile staff complete. So, how does it work now? Customize. Yeah. Cause a KO 10% of the time. Schrodinger. Like, I like that. And so, yeah, the thing is, I haven't really made use of it. Like, any of these, like, upgrades. Because it's like, yeah, I just buy the next chapter's best one and don't really care. But yeah, because, Exchange Shop had it where it was like, you could trade one tea material for a divine cloth. And I imagine the divine cloth is the equivalent to the Zemurian ore in this game, maybe? Potentially? Not sure. And I'm wondering if, like, it'll be one of those, where do I buy Mishy plush toys? Like, I want to buy this book. And I presume in New Game Plus you'll be able to, like trade U materials for a T material, and then T material for Divine Cloth, or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so I did that. Oh, wait, I should probably, yeah, let's go to the SSS building and see Kia, because we need to see her. Huh? Who's this grumpy old man?
Excuse me. Grumpy old man. My name is Dudley, I have you know, and no part of that moniker of yours applies to me.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Dudley.
Hey, you guys should try to teach her to show some manners to her seniors.
We'll try. Fuck you, grumpy old man. Have a good day at work, everyone. You too, Dudley.
Oh, so fucking sweet. Grr. Treating him like a police dog? Isn't this above much, Sergei? No. Zeit is the best police dog. How dare you?
Wow. Oh yeah, because I also didn't hand in those two. Okay, check quests. There's probably a hidden quest somewhere, but back it. Found out today that apparently, like, the bonus PS Vita evolution version quests or something aren't in this game. Made me a little bit sad. But there is, like, the New Game Plus, like, bonus quest or two. I had thought that the evolution quests were the ones that were unlocked in New Game Plus. And it's actually interesting because someone made a mod adding the evolution quests back into the game. And I'm like, oh, I'm tempted to, like, put that in. Saphira key inserted. Because that would presumably also make
the BP necessary. Well, I guess I'll be playing on New Game Plus for Guide anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
I would never have imagined they'd make such a complicated mechanism just for this one room. From the footprints around it, it's clear that they use this passageway pretty frequently. So what, did they go put those keys at the end of each of the frickin' wings every single time they need to frequently use this passage?
So Marconi has his own little secret hideout, does he? This can only mean one thing. His private quarters are further inside, and this place is not up to code. They did not get the proper approvals with City Hall to make these these expansions to their home. Oh yeah, huh? I didn't mention it, we haven't found his room yet, have we? I suspect more clues will turn up further ahead. Alright, let's head on down, everyone. Oop, hey, look at this. If you need to heal, do it now. Luckily, everyone's at full HP, EP, CP set up. So, looking pretty. Ooh, long hallway. We always enjoy a nice long hallway. Just as we always enjoy a nice long staircase. Every JRPG fan loves long staircases. Why do we love them? It adds to the climactic feeling. The anticipation for when you get to the top of the staircase is immeasurable! I'm looking at you, Xenoblade 3 and also FF7. You guys think this is Marconi's office? Well, if we're blasted by a wave of gaudiness as soon as we open the door, we'll have our answer. Enough standing around. Let's go inside. We may be able to find clues regarding the whereabouts of the missing people. 7 long, yeah. Activating standby mode. What? Everyone get back. Yo, what's up? Oh, it's the... Oh god, it's the Shogun robot. It's the samurai bot. Oh god, no! No! I'm getting PTSD! What the heck? A robot? Dude, those are the point art now, okay. Hey man, sorry for making fun of all the mechanisms in this place. Switching to interception mode. 5 targets identified. Weapon diagnostics complete. Mustang activated. Initiating interception. CS2, oh fucking dude. Like, casually, that boss sucked ass. Remotely controlled attack units. Look alive, everyone. Let's send this hunk of metal back to the scrapyard where it belongs. Got it. Okay. Okay. Regenenkomp. And Mustang. Okay. I'm willing to bet that you guys can't be blinded. Just, you know, willing to put that out there. Okay, so let's just whack you. 283. Not great. The amount of retries I had on the one boss surpasses any other boss. Dude, that boss was mean. Like, I feel like CS2 went a little too far with bosses being able to heal themselves. Absolute Zero, S-Freeze, 100%. Okay, interesting. 100% freeze. Okay. Doesn't like water, so that's actually pretty damn good for Tio. Powerful bipedal archaism equipped with an electric blade has a boost function. T-material, that's what it drops. God damn it, I think my controller's out of charge. Put that cable in here.
There we go. Bitch. Hang on, please. There we go. More trails from Zero. I was supposed to continue Shenmue 1, but King of Fire's 98 called me. Nice. I haven't healed himself, so it would literally give itself more turns right before your turn was about to start. And also, the insta-kill move was just unfair. Oh yeah, like, it's been so long since I've played, I forget what moves as. I'm just remembering general complaints about... yeah, muted Ellie. That's not great. Okay. You know what? Whatever. That's fine. Item. Nope. Battle scope. I'm gonna battle scope that one. Okay. I've done my due diligence. Human tears. Lieutenant and Comp support arcades. I'm equipped with orbments for quick repairs. Okay, so chances are you heal Reverb and Comp. And you can be AT delayed. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, yeah, Stone Spike, okay, that's fine. So... let's have you do that. Art. Dark Matter. You can't do arts. Let's accelerate you. That way you can go. And I want you good to go because now I can just delay you guys with Randy. By having you guys in like one nice area. There we go. You. Half. You still have 2 turns of it left, so that's good. You know what I'm gonna do? Combo with Ellie. Yeah, combo with Ellie. Because those two are generally not the EP ones that I'm looking to do. So that's good. And his next turn, I just need to make sure I do something. He's strength up, but he's blinded right now. But he has defense 1, so I'm gonna just do that. He missed. Okay, that's not great for me, but I'll S-craft to make sure I don't lose this CP. And then I could be careful. Always devoted to the grind, but at this rate, I'll never get Shenmue 1 done. If I don't finish that, how will I get to Shenmue 2? There's only 2. Okay, so... okay, TRL I immediately get. So I was thinking I might have to actually use her S-Craft, which I set to be the guard one, the Kevin Graham one. But if I can get TRL off in 1 turn, then no worries. Oh wow, and she gets another turn. Fucking sweet. Yeah, you don't like water, so I'll just blue drop you. All allies. Okay. Hallelujah Hurricane. Strength up, speed up. Okay, that's not... fuck. Okay, well, at least you missed him. Although I guess that's why I have him where I have him. Okay, let's do Warcry. And I'm gonna S-Craft with Randy again. He's got the strength. Yep, that was the right call. There we go. You could tell I was, I guess, slightly over-leveled, given that I got only 39 XP. Grindy HDMS, I have that on my Switch list, but I should probably finish all the other games on my backlog. I mean, I got plenty of games in my backlog. That's just one to push it up even higher in my backlog. Because it's like that's how the sub thing works, where it's like, I got a whole bunch of games that I plan to play eventually, but this is one where it's like, it's pretty far in the back. But if you meet the sub goal, it gets popped up. Although right now, that popped up is behind Valkyria Chronicles, Dishonored, Sekiro, with every death being a Duolingo lesson, Tales of Vesperia,
Yeah. So, but it's still there.
That was way harder than any of the other machines we fought so far. No kidding. They got firepower like that thing. Why haven't they sicked it on Heiwei yet? I'm certain that controlling a machine of this nature is exceedingly difficult. There's a strong possibility it would go on a rampage without a skilled engineer handling it. I'm just glad we didn't have to fight it in the middle of the city. It would have been much harder for us.
Yes, certainly would have been. Okay, we've cleared the final obstacle. Let's head into the room.
Right.
Let's see ourselves first. And then we can head into the room after saving. Yeah, so basically that guy gave T material. So basically it's like, hey, if you didn't find the T material chest, you can kill him and go complete the quest. This is another T material to trade for one of the cloths, which is presumably the black, or the Zemurian or the black Zemurian or equivalents, depending on the Cold Steel game that you're comparing it to. Although, was it also Zemurian ore in the Sky games? I can't remember. We finally made it to the Dawn's office. We'll be going beyond the point of no return in multiple ways if we enter this room. What should we do? Upon entering, you may no longer freely explore outside of Crossbell City. Remaining quests labeled with short-term will expire. Proceed with caution. First chapter, it was just a weapon from the cafe owner. Yeah. So, oh yeah, because you give him the series of books, and then he just gives you a weapon, doesn't he? Second chapter is Zemurian ore. Okay. So for the most part, it's usually Zemurian ore, with potentially the exception of this game, Valkyria Chronicles. I played 1 and 4, same. Those games are solid. 2 and 3 on the PSP, which is why I didn't play them. 2 had good gameplay, but the story part of it was kind of trash. 3 remedied the narrative issues, but was kept in Japan due to Valkyria Chronicles 2 poor reception. So we see 4 went back to basics. Yeah, so basically, I've played, if you go to my archive channel, back when I was doing YouTube, I played through Valkyria Chronicles 1. And then when I started doing streaming, one of the games that I played at some point after I started streaming was Valkyria Chronicles 4. This is me going back to Valkyria Chronicles 1, revisiting it, now with the understanding that, you know, orders are actually pretty important. And with, because it's been a bit since I played it and I never got to stream it. And kind of what I'm doing is all the games that I did on YouTube, I've just kind of streamed again. Like, I started with the Sky 5. I've already streamed Sky 5. Valkyria Chronicles 1. Doing Valkyria Chronicles 1. It's just what I'm doing. Over 30 games in 1 month, is it? But yeah. No, it doesn't. Yeah, power to you, Fontano, for trying to play that many, new games. But, I know I couldn't do it. Did I tell you the surprise for next month yet? No, you didn't. What is it? Tell us. Share the surprise. Unlock door and go inside. There we go. Yo, there's the chest. I want to open it. Let me explore. East 9? Is it? Because I can't drop by, if that's the case. Return to form next month. I'll begin my 100% Xenoblade 2 Torna. Yo! Getting back! So are you done with Xenogears? Or are you just doing Xenoblade 2 and then going back to Xenogears? Or are you finally gonna be getting onto Xenoblade Chronicles 3? After Torna, of course. It depends if you're playing short games, 30 isn't too tall in order, but it's a different story for long games like that. Oh yeah, no, Fontana's been playing just like a hodgepodge of, it seems, short and long. Just trying them out, it seems, from what I was able to gather. We'll play eventually, but I was never pushing it like the Blades. Like the Blades. And he's not finishing or beating the games either. He's just going and trying it out. He's basically doing the sampler, as far as I understand. Now, whether or not you plan to go back to them in the future and finish them, I'm presuming depends on how well you liked your sample. Now, finishing them in 1 month, I play them for at least 90 minutes each. Yeah. Get in, give it an honest shot, and see if it's something you want to continue on later. I can respect that.
Wow, this is certainly extravagant.
I mean, I finished CS3 in 3 days, and that's a 40-hour-ish game. I mean... Well, my question is, Rav, did you do everything in CS3? And also, CS3 is, like CS1, it's very linear, so it's a bit easier to do that. My Trails record is 0 in 9 days. My record is... various. 90 minutes so you can get Steam refund lost. Yeah. I like seeing the speedrun channels where it's like, can you beat X game and still get a refund? And it's like, I don't think I've ever watched the videos, but I see like the thumbnail and the title, and I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. It's like, okay, you do a shit ton of research prior. I did almost everything. Okay, did you at least have a guide, or did you go in like blind and just somehow do everything yourself? Because like me, historically, I've only ever played the games, like my first casual time through on like stream, which obviously is a more long-form experience given that I'm doing my stupid voices. And stupid in a good way, because I like doing them. Gotta take that off, getting warm, getting hot. It's getting hot in here. But yeah, like CS1 and 3 I could definitely see being finished a lot faster than like 2 and 4. Especially 4. 4 is a big game. Like, with everything.
Still not quite at the level of Speaker Hartman's room, but regardless.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be hard to beat that. Wait. Oh. Wasn't your smartest move there, mademoiselle. What are you getting all panicked over? I'm well aware of what you lot pulled at the Schwartz auction. Namely, swapping the prey the First Division has been after for years. I mean, how wouldn't they be aware, right? They had to, like, Ravache was at the CPD's throat and they had to come to, like, the agreement. So, like, obviously he would be. I did mostly blind, but sometimes I want to do everything, so I used a guy for the later game. Ys 8 got me so worried with multiple endings. But the only other game like that would be the SMT series. Ys 8 has multiple endings? Because I think in my casual run through, and because yeah, I think in both instances I just got the true ending. I haven't played Persona yet. Persona at least 5. I'm not sure about 3 and 4. The multiple endings of Persona 5, if we're not talking about Royal, we're just talking about base. Like, it's pretty obvious where it's like, hey, you want to choose the bad ending right now? Or do you not? And then it's like, okay, there, you're basically on true ending. Royal, on the other hand, it's like, do you want to end at where base Persona 5 ends, or do you do everything in the way you need to get to the added third semester? Base SMT, though, like SMT 4, 5... like, those ones, because they're more choice-based, where it's like, hey, are you into chaos or order? Or the neutral path? And all that stuff. It's like, they give you a choice because they want you to explore the different endings. Although, still think SMT 5 was not great story-wise, but playing it was fun. But yeah, Ellie just being like, hey, I feel like out of all the people to mention, like, oh, this is as like posh as Speaker Hartman. It's like, out of everyone in the group to say that, I feel like Ellie could wave it away the easiest, being like, oh yeah, I'm a rich girl. Like, I've been to his place before. SMT Path, kill devils, kill angels, kill everyone. Or kill everyone but the people you like. But I think the part I like about SMT is it's not, oh, demons are bad, angels are good. It's both are bad in different ways and both are good in different ways, when depending on how you look at it. Issei has 3 endings. Bad is like doing no side quests and ignoring castaways to rescue. Good is basically where Adolf remembers Donna and goes to the tree, but the party doesn't meet Maya. The Chang has a reputation, 198 or more, so it's really hard not to get true ending. Yeah, okay, so yeah, when I casually went there, I tried to do the quests and rescue everyone. So yeah, okay, makes sense. like I really forgot that. like, yeah, okay. Now that's laid out like that, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can see how there are multiple endings, but like, why wouldn't you? Like I could see, like, if the quest system was as obtuse and not as straightforward, like in like E7, where like I did what, 5 quests in total throughout the entire game of like the total 24 or something, because they were just like hidden basically. Like I could see how you're being more likely to get like the neutral end or instead of like the bad end. Bad end I feel like you have to try to do, because it's like, oh yeah, look at that thing on the map that says go there, there's a person there, go get them. Drawing speedruns are interesting for you, say. Oh, okay, I'll have to check some of them out. Oh. Regardless, this definitely seems like it's Marconi's office. With this, I think we've looked through Ravache's entire headquarters, and yet... Yeah, neither the Mafia members nor the missing people are here. If there really are any clues lying around, odds are they'd be right here. Time is precious. Let's split up and search the room. East 8 is basically the East game where quests are important and some are mandatory. East 9 makes a lot of quests basically mandatory. Ah, okay. Hi. Yes, sir. Sure, we'll find something soon. Okay, system save. And go around the edge. Well, here it talks about Ravache's arms smuggling routes. Whoever bastards are in control of the routes I knew about from back in the day. But they're making good use of Garcia's Jaeger connections. So I presume this is the chest that has the thing I need to find. I found a list implicating Crossbow's most influential political and business figures of accepting bribes. Okay. It includes not only the speaker, but also several Imperial faction Diet members, the CGF commander, and other directors of various organizations. According to this, they receive vast sums of Mira from enterprises in return for silencing matters involving Ravache. So we managed to find files directly tying Ravache to illegal smuggling. With the idea of what they were doing. To think the scale of their operation was this massive. Damn it. Only we had a search warrant. This is enough evidence to put them behind bars for a whole century. Yeah, okay. I found an inventory of the items they prepared for the Schwartz auction. Everything about the items, from acquisition to the winning bidder, is detailed here. To think that they even acquired a masterpiece stolen by Phantom Thief B. If this info became public, it could possibly cause an international uproar. Okay. I don't know which one I want to check first. This chest or that shelf? I'm gonna save just in case. Chest is locked. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to unlock this with the lockpick. Okay. In that case, I guess I'll try searching the room. The cabinet has a wide selection of vintage alcohol. Not sure why I was expecting to find anything other than fancy wine here. Huh, but wait. Lloyd lifted each bottle one by one. Bingo! Treasure chest key! Yo! None of his subordinates would ever dare touch his private collection. Not a bad hiding place, Marconi. I'm just gonna swipe one of his booze. Chest is locked. Use treasure chest key. The only treasure chest in the entire game that does not just open when you will it. Yes, got it. No chest message. There are a few files in here. Let's take a look. Gnosis delivery receipts. Gnosis shipping receipts. There we go. It's as we thought. They're responsible for distributing the drugs. Furthermore, it's Gnosis. The very same drug the cult developed. What the hell is going on here? There's something else in the corner of the chest. Is it a chest message? Is this a CPD badge? With a slash across it. Ah. Damaged officer badge. There's no way. His badge. Dun dun dun! Well, time to kill Marconi. Each and every missing person is written on this list. So now we have evidence that the Mafia is responsible for distributing the drugs. We've also managed to confirm that the drugs are, in fact, Gnosis. The very same one created by that cult. Rip to Guy Bannings. A true mad lad. How was the Mafia able to get their hands on something like this? According to the shipment inventory, it seems like their entire supplies come from one person. Could that person have ties to the cult? Without a doubt. According to the documents, Ravache has had a relationship with this person for several years. They even provide Ravache with the technique to easily control the war dogs via administering drugs to them. That explains it then. Usually takes Jaegers a hell of a long time to train even one war dog. The fact that these mobsters had so many of them all of a sudden always seemed weird to me. So this means that someone from the cult was involved with that as well. But who could it be? We can deduce that someone living in Crossbell, judging by how frequently they're in contact. I don't know the answer. However, in regards to the missing people in Ravache's disappearance, my intuition is telling me this cult member is the one responsible. I agree with Lloyd. Those blue pills are likely an enhanced version of the original Gnosis from 6 years ago. Whoever this is, they managed to perfect the formula, and they're now supplying the Mafia with it. Tio. It's alright, Tio. We're with you. Never again. We'll never let you go through that hell again. Thank you, Lloyd. Whoever this guy is, seems like a real piece of shit. I'm gonna enjoy kicking his slimy ass. The real problem is, how are we gonna lure him out of his hiding place? Right. We're lacking in numbers. The CPD already has to deal with Ravache's disappearance, the missing persons case, and that bomb threat at the airport too.
The higher-ups weren't putting so much pressure on the force. We might be able to handle everything, but...
Damn it. Feeling that the commissioner was completely won over by petty bribery. Not for him. We'd be able to mobilize the entire CPD and build a task force for all these cases. Has he no shame? He's a blight on the department.
Hey, Dudley. I have an idea. Why don't we get the bracers to help? Oh. Oh yeah, they'd be a huge help right about now.
What are you even thinking, Bannings? If we bring the bracers in, the CPD's widespread corruption would be completely exposed. Right? Like, it's like, okay, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I don't care. Like, and also, is anyone really even surprised? Like, yeah, I feel like most people would be like, oh yeah, we figured. Bunch of chuckle fucks. I don't think there's any avoiding that. It's simply a price the police force will have to pay. It's our own fault anyway. We've known about this corruption for a long time, but have continually looked the other way. Wouldn't it be best to accept the shame now, so we can begin moving forward?
That's true. Worrying over the department's pride will only cost us more time. Time those missing people may not have.
Not only that, but we still don't have a damn clue what the Mafia's main objective is.
We can't afford to stand here fretting over our reputations any longer. We need to act.
Damn it. So these are the kinds of people Sergei gathered for his team. Very well. I'll leave you all in charge of contacting the guild.
Damn, I've already been live for almost 2.5 hours.
Oh, this has flown by. This dungeon is long. But like, not bad long, just long. And also I've talked a lot. I'll go and secure the First Division's help behind the top brass's backs. With any luck, I may even be able to enlist help from the Second Division.
Hey, Dudley. See, it's weird that they're saying "Hey, Dudley" when he's just saying "Dudley-san," when it's obviously meant to be like "Dudley, thanks," like "Thank you," not "Hey." Because I feel like when you're saying "Hey, Dudley," you're trying to like get his attention, or say like "Hey, Dudley," like that's too far. That one's where it's like I feel like that's a slight disagreement in my head between what localization should probably be there. Thank you. I appreciate you giving us a chance.
Don't misunderstand me. It just so happens that we have no other choice in these circumstances. More importantly, Bannings. What do you plan to do with that badge?
Damaged CPD badge.
I think that's your brother's?
Yeah, I'm almost positive it is. You might recognize it too, Tio. Yes. I imagine it was damaged during one of the raids on the cult lodges. He told me it was his badge of honor.
I see. No wonder he never seemed interested in exchanging it for a new one. No matter how many times I told him to.
Dudley, you and my brother worked together, right? After Guy transferred to the First Division?
Yes, we did. To be frank, fit in with the rest of the First Division about as well as oil and water. Overbearing and reckless, always acting independently. Stood out like a sore thumb. He hardly cooperated with anyone, especially me. We were constantly at odds during every case. However, everyone in the First Division acknowledged him for the excellent detective he was. Myself included, of course.
Dudley. When
he was killed in the line of duty, it hit all of us in the First Division much harder than we ever could have imagined. Although we never really saw eye to eye with Guy, I think there was a part of us that depended on his rashness, his willingness to jump into action. We all desperately searched for any leads to his killer, but in the end, we were left empty-handed. I'm sorry, Bannings, for everything you had to go through.
Hold on, Dudley. It's not your fault. Guy shouldn't have gone off on that investigation alone in the first place. And you guys did everything you could to solve his murder. That's more than enough for me.
I see. However, after all this time, we're on the verge of a breakthrough. We finally have a lead on who the culprit is. Then we had our suspicions 3 years ago. We didn't have a solid lead until now. With this, you might be able to finally settle your brother's old score for...
No, I'll worry about my brother later. We've got a mountain of pressing issues to handle right in front of us already. I'll worry about Guy once we've solved these. Dude, fuck yeah, Lloyd. Like, I could have a personal vendetta that I search for, like, that I prioritize above all else because of how personal it is, but he's like, no, table that shit. There's more important stuff to do. We have to help people. Because that's what heroes do. Thank you, Lloyd. Oh, Lloyd, you really can't help but put others before yourself, can you? That's just Lloyd for you.
Very well, Bannings. We both have our tasks then. Let's see to them. After all, we can't let that annoyingly optimistic brother of yours outdo us. Now can we?
Right.
Chapter 4, Creeping Wisdom. End. Yo! That was a good chapter. That was a damn good chapter. I really like that. Or it's like, okay, like, this felt the most, like, I don't want to say the most, but it felt like, it really felt like we were fucking detectives. Like, go around the city, talk to a whole bunch of people. People are missing. But we talked to them earlier. What were the symptoms that they were exhibiting earlier? Oh, we found drugs. We're dealing with a mafia. We're dealing with a cult. Like, all the elements, like, that are being highlighted in this chapter were all, like, very, like, detective-y. And it's like, oh, yeah, like, gotta explore the base. Gotta, like, and, like, you get all, like, the little, like, secret passages in the Ravacha HQ, and it's like, fucking sick. Wah-wah. 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 I feel like I should at some point. See, I don't know if it works right now because the way I have my audio set up. Yeah, so you guys don't hear it because yeah, because I turned off basically in OBS you can have like your computer, your speakers basically be the audio, and I used to have that also be the game, but with the update to OBS making so you could have application specific audio source, I've started using that for games instead of just having the general speaker, which is why you haven't
That turned out great.
heard that in a while. And I'm like, ooh, I feel like the wah wah would be good. I think that's supposed to be wow. Wow wow. Wow wow. Wow wow. Strega P accessory. Yo, Strega! But yeah, that I'm like, ooh. Cause like the nice part about like the toe one was like the way that Cold Steel is like filed in your computer, like you can just go in and look at like every fucking asset in the game, like every individual voice line, you can just like go in and get it as like a dot wave, which is how I got that and just edit it slightly to like cut off some stuff and like time it out so it didn't like get cut off at the start. But most games don't have it be that way. Like I don't think Cold Steel 3 and 4 are that way, which is unfortunate. So I don't know how this game is in like all the game files. Shadows of the Cult. All the lines are on the trails in the database site too. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to do that. See, I was also hoping that like the game files would like for like Disgaea 5, because there was one line and it's clipped. Like I got a clip of it from the stream, but it's when the Prism Ranger girl just just calls the god. Disgaea 6 was it was such not my favorite Disgaea game that I forget the names of the characters, but she just called someone Prism bitch. And I'm like, it's fucking hilarious. And I wanted to see if I could get that and pull it out. The same day, 2:40 p.m. We know that voice.
Oh, interesting. So they finally made it that far, have they?
Where? Oh, I'm presuming this is in the workshop, but I mean, like, fucking Christ. Big area. 3 monitors. Yeah, it's more like 2 in there. It feels like most of the time when Ren delivers her lines, it's usually in, like, whisper. Which gives it, like, a very interesting, like, cadence and very distinct sound. Because it's like, when she isn't giving, like, almost like the whisper, it's very noticeable.
Seems everyone has received their invitations now. With this, I believe everything is prepared for the party. Who shall uncover the demon's identity first? Estelle and Joshua? Or will it be the special support section? Or perhaps it will be...
Why all the questions? We both know you've already seen how things will play out. Okay. New old man. Who are you?
Me? Oh no, I'm not so overconfident as to claim I can see the future.
I can see the future!
All I see are the threads that make up the tangled web of fate. I can't help but be curious as to what kind of tapestry all these intertwining destinies will weave here in this land called Crossbell.
This kind of dialogue is only in, like, fantasy novels, in fantasy works, and more specifically in anime. Like, this kind of verbiage. like this kind of weird, like, I love it. Like, I just love it.
That is all, dear Meister. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hello, old man. George! Meister George! This is not Georg. This is Jorg. If you say so.
Mafia と例の教団が何をするつもりか知らんが。
I have no idea what the Mafia and that cult are planning. But I imagine things are going to get unruly.
まあこれも自業自得。いや、因果応報というものか。
Well, I suppose we reap what we sow. Perhaps this is retribution.
あの灰色の町が積み重ねてきた因果の報いというべき
Yes.
かもしれないわね。
I suppose one might say this is retribution for all the sin that is accumulated in that vast gray city.
てっきり結社の関与もあるかと思っていたのだけど。
And here I was, certain that the society was involved in all of this.
この地は結社と教会の干渉地帯にもなっておるからな。
Well, Crossbell is a neutral zone between Ouroboros and the Septian Church. Okay, that's just... This seems like a throwaway line, but that's a goddamn bombshell when you think about it. Because that means Ouroboros and the Septian Church either just kind of mutually came to that agreement, like, without discussing, or they met and were like, okay, guys, like, how about we both just kind of agree to F off and not, like, act super hard. Yeah, there's a church there, but we're not going to put any of our specialized people there. It makes me wonder, because in Sky the Third, there's a cutscene, right? There's one of the flashbacks that mentions that Reese was able to fight Louve relatively to a standstill, or at least enough to, like, you know, calm down an issue. I wonder if that occurred maybe in Crossbell or something. Like, maybe that was where, like, some discussions occurred. Because like, this one single line that's just, like, firing off synapses where it's like, what? Wait, you're telling, wait, what? Huh? Okay. Huh? This was an agreement. And that makes me wonder, like, okay, what happens between now and presumably Azure / all of Gold and Steel? Because it's like, okay, well, I guess not all of Gold Steel, because Azure happens during the Cold Steel arc, but I mean, it's like, because we know that they do shit in CS3 and 4 here. And they also presumably do stuff in Azure based on the big flippin' tree that I know appears. But like, okay. Like, it's fine, like, what? Because, like, that is a big thing where it's like, okay, why hasn't Ouroboros just been, like, a villain prompted? Where it's like, we've met Ren, but she's kind of out of Ouroboros right now. She's kind of in the middle. She's not with Estelle and Joshua. And she's kind of pulled away from the society. And we have gotten our obligatory Phantom Thief B quest, but that's just him doing his thing. The society doesn't really care about that. The prohibits the knights from taking action here, and the Grandmaster doesn't dispatch any enforcers to the area. But he specifically says knights and enforcers. Right? So, does that exclude anyone higher than enforcers and anyone higher than knights? Right? Right? Can the stigma bearers and the whatever they're called, the higher the enforcers, Vita Clotilde, Lance Maiden, that level, what are they called? Fuck, what are they called? I can't remember. I was gonna say Sanguine Ogre, but that's Shirley. The Anguis, yeah. So does that mean the Anguis and, like, the stigma holders can kind of just go in, but they're agreeing that enforcers and knights won't? Because it's like, oh, at least the Anguis know to kind of, like, hold themselves back in certain ways. Interesting. Or so they claim anyway.
おじいさんの工房がある時点で 怪しいものだけど。
I always thought your studio was rather dubious.
まさかクロスベルの動力ネットに介入できる変革システムまで用意してるとは思わなかったわ。
However, I never imagined you'd go so far as to craft your own system that can remotely interfere with Crossbell's orbital network.
おかげでレンも退屈しなくて済んでるけど。
Thank you for that, by the way. I've had a truly wonderful time playing with it.
お前さんの役に立ったのなら用意した甲斐があったというものだ。
If it was of use to you, then I suppose my efforts were worth it.
あやつが押し付けてきた時にはぶち壊してくれようと思ったが。
When that man coerced me to cooperate, I nearly destroyed it out of spite.
相変わらず博士と仲が悪いのね。
I see that your strained relationship with the professor hasn't improved in the slightest.
So, I'm guessing they're talking about the professor, not Weissman, but the professor, like, that is the head of what, like, the 13 factories, although wasn't that? Yeah, maybe.
13工房の
Yeah.
管理者にして
Professor
首都
Novartis.
中ノバルティス博士。
Novartis. Why does that name sound familiar? Or am I thinking of, like, a different game, or a different thing? Novartis? Because I'm not sure if this name has ever been dropped before. Because, like, head of the 13 factories and over 6 Anguis, Professor Novartis, like, I knew that one of the Anguis was the head of the 13 factories, but a chunk of the 13 factories, or, wait, wasn't it revealed? Wait, is it? Well, one Ravkiva hasn't finished CS4. He was mentioned a few times to a cold seal. Okay, Novartis. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I had, like, seen his name somewhere else recently. That was my thing. Or maybe I'd... Yeah, maybe I was reading some other, like, fiction and that name came up somehow, somewhere. Yeah, because, like, the 13 factory... Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was, like, what, Is it the gnomes are all of the 13 factories, or was the 13 factories one of, like, the 13? It was the gnomes and the Black Workshop. Because I can't remember what the delineation between it was. Because we never met Professor Novartis, as of yet.
Head of the 13 factories in Ouroboros is 6th Anguis, Professor Novartis.
精神のネットワークがあるのに、今さらエプスタインの試験運用に何の興味があるのかしら？
Why is he so interested in the Epstein Foundation's orbital network trial runs anyway? He's already got his Astro Code.
Black Workshop was one of the 13, I guess. Yeah, I think so.
あやつのことだ。
It's useless to try and figure out what that man is thinking.
どうせろくでもない企みのために役立てようと思っとるのだろう。
He was probably intending to use it for some confounded plan of his.
まったく。開発途中の実験作を適当にばらまきよって。
What is that fool thinking? Giving away test models so haphazardly.
お兄さんたちが戦ったあの赤い武者さんね。
You're referring to that red archaism that the special support section fought, huh? Correct?
モニターで見た限りではなかなか優秀な子みたいだけど。
From what I've seen on the terminal, it seemed like quite the machine.
やはり自律的な状況判断と柔軟な行動選択に難ありだな。
You'd think that, but it certainly had its issues with situational awareness and apt decision making.
なかなかお前さんの相棒のようにはいかんさ。
Seems it doesn't quite match up to your partner.
でもレンがここにいるのは博士も気づいているんでしょ？
I'm certain the professor has realized I'm staying here by now, hasn't he?
レンはともかく彼について何も言ってこないのかしら？
Putting me aside for the moment, has he said anything about my friend?
今のところはだんまりだな。
He's been quiet for the time being.
どうやら新しい機体の開発に熱中しておるようだ。
I imagine he's preoccupied with those new machines he's working on.
まあ課題だった姿勢制御と関節部分の構造強化も完了した。
In any event, I've finished fixing your friend's posture control and reinforcing the structural integrity of its joints.
あやつに余計な口を挟ませる隙は見せんさ。
The professor won't have any room to complain about the upgrades I've made to his creation.
ありがとう。
Thank you very much, Meister.
これでやっと最後の賭けが始められるわ。
Now at long last, the final gamble can begin.
So I wonder, like, okay, I'm gonna guess, like, pie in the sky, if Professor Novartis is not, like, just a straight up new character, I'm gonna guess that it's Professor Epstein. Because they never stated whether or not, like Epstein was ever seen dying, right? We don't know if his disciples like saw him die, like buried him or anything. I'm gonna guess like the disciples went out and spread. He died, actually joined Ouroboros, and somehow has like artificially elongated his life and changed his name to Professor Nervardus. That's my pie in the sky guess. I don't think it's going to be answered in this game or next game. Obviously not answered in Cold Steel. Don't know about Reverie. Also don't know about Kuro. But that's my pie in the sky guess.
Now at long last, the final gamble can begin. My, such a dreary face.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, it's just a guess.
You crafted an assortment of imposter dolls for me, taught me how to puppet them, and allowed me to take refuge here. I truly am thankful, Grandpa George.
There's no need to thank me. I haven't done much at all. In any event, you're going to be quite busy today, aren't you? What do you say we have our afternoon tea a little early in that case?
That sounds splendid.
Yo, what's up? It's Pater Mater! Or Potter Mater.
Pater Mater, let us go have tea. It'll be a long day after all. Actually, it may very well be the longest day in the history of Crossbell State.
Oh my god, I like the Phineas and Ferb longest day of summer ever episode. Finale, Crossbell's longest day. That's not ominous whatsoever. You know, I'll get to the next point where I can like save, and that's probably where I'm gonna end the stream, because I feel like just going like straight into, actually, what was that? Same day, 3 p.m. There we go. Because I feel like I want to jump into the like the meat and the start of the finale in a brand new stream. I understand. It's unfortunate things turned out this way.
We've been hearing rumors about the missing people here and there, but it seems we're a bit too late to the punch this time. I can hardly believe that horrible cult has shown itself again after all these years.
Oh yes. You were part of the team that took the cult down 6 years ago, right? Do you think there's a possibility that some of the cultists may have survived? Perhaps. We most certainly neutralized all of the lodges, but it's possible some individual members escaped and went underground. It would likely be very easy with assistance from a criminal organization. Ravache definitely seems like the most likely group to have covered for him.
Why would they bother with something as risky as helping wanted cultists, though? It's hard to imagine someone as calculating as Don Marconi doing something like that. You're absolutely right. There are plenty of groups that wouldn't overlook it if they found out Ravache was harboring remnants of the cult. They'd be dealing with more than just us. The church and even that nefarious society wouldn't sit still either, right? Like, imagine being on the bad end of the Bracer Guild, the church, and frigging Ouroboros. Like, oh Lord, you dead. That's when you're like, okay, they're coming at me from 3 directions. Which directions are the Bracers? Because they're the ones that won't kill us. Because both the church and the society are fine with murking people.
Like, absolutely fine with just killing us. So let's go for the ones that feel obligated not to. Even though they would hand them into whatever, like, actual law that they would be, like, wherever country's law service, at which point they would probably be sentenced to death, but regardless. It would be like, okay, which of these ways do we go? In that case, this must mean that we're still missing some pieces of the puzzle. Some details that haven't come to light just yet. Right. We don't have time to look into it right now, though. We need to focus our efforts on finding out just where the Mafia has vanished to, and locating the missing persons. Certain if we do so, it'll help us unmask the remaining members of the cult. So, does that mean you guys are okay with partnering up with us? That's right, more than okay, in fact. We can't just stand idly by while some of our citizens have gone missing. Not to mention the trouble this drug can cause. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the help. Of course. Now that we're settled, we should decide how we want to split up our duties. Putting aside Estelle and Joshua, what are the other members doing right now? Fortunately, Scott and Lynn don't have anything urgent to attend to. So, including Estelle and Joshua, that makes 7 of us. Okay, please call everyone here. I'd like to make sure we search the high priority locations before the day is over. You got it. I'll go and contact them now. I'll see you later, Michelle. Your coordination never ceases to amaze me. It's the most powerful asset the Bracer Guild has in its arsenal. That reminds me. Has Sergei given his approval for what you're doing here? Yeah, he's already granted us permission to cooperate with you. He offered his thanks to you too, Arios. Is that so? Zero no Kisuki. Arios. You worked under Chief Sergei back when you were part of the force. And you were partners with my brother, right? That's right. It was Sergei, Guy, and myself. The 3 of us were considered the most successful team in the history of the Force. We accomplished more than any other group, including the First Division. However, I quit the Force 5 years ago due to personal reasons. And with that, the team was no more. Sergei went back to the academy, and Guy was transferred to the First Division. And then, 2 years later, Guy was killed on the line of duty. Sometimes, I think about how things might have turned out if I'd never left the Force. But I had my reasons for doing so, and was resolved to see them through. Even so, I still reminisce about those days sometimes. The glory days. Those handful of years I spent working alongside an eccentric boss and a hot-headed partner. To be perfectly honest, I'm jealous of your group. You are?
天下の風の牽制にそんなことを言われるとはね。
Didn't think I'd ever hear that come from the divine blade of wind himself.
どちらかというとギルドの風通しの良さが羨ましいくらいですけど。
If anything, I'd say we're the ones who should be jealous of the guild. Your members are free to help people however they see fit.
警察には警察の、ギルドにはギルドの役割がある。
The police have their own role to perform, just as the bracers have theirs.
いかなる権力にも屈せず、普遍的な理想としての正義を追い求めるのがギルドなら。
If it's the guild's role to pursue justice from outside the system, using their freedom from bureaucracy to help people,
権力という矛盾を抱えながら、それでも正義を追求するのが警察の役割だろう。
then the police's role is to pursue that same justice from within the system, burdened by the many contradictions authority places upon them.
お前たちが感じてるであろう。さまざまな矛盾や理不尽な状況。
I'm sure you've come across said contradictions more than once by this point.
かつては俺も感じたものだが、今となってはそれもまた価値のある経験だったと思う。
There's something I grappled with in the past as well. Though they're often unreasonable, you may very well learn and grow from the challenge just as I did.
権力という矛盾を抱えながら
I wonder if there are any countries in the world that, like, just wholeheartedly embrace bracers to the point where they're like, we want bracers to kind of be the police. Like, we are confident in them, their training, their ability, and how thorough they are to be like, hey, we want like a high concentration of bracers, and we want them to kind of be our police, because like in Liberal, it's in both in Liberal and Erebonia, it's the military. It's like, oh yeah, the military police in Erebonia, and then it's like all the like guards people at all of the gates that go out and like do, I presume, like all the arresting and police work. I don't know how it is in Calvard, but I wonder if there's any country, presumably a smaller country, that's just like, yeah, we're like, one, we're not big enough like to competently like set up this kind of thing. So like, hey, can we just like have a bunch of bracers? Or can we like really incentivize our citizenry to pursue the path of a bracer? And hope that they kind of like stay here?
Pursuing justice while confronting the contradictions of authority.
兄貴もそれを追い求めていたんでしょうか。
Do you think my brother pursued justice the same way too?
ああ、俺はそう信じている。
Yes, I'm certain he did.
だからこそセルゲイさんも支援課の設立に尽力したんだろう。
In fact, it's most likely the reason Sergei fought as hard as he did to establish the SSS.
説教めいたことを言ったようだ。
But that's enough lecturing from me for one day.
お前たちはお前たちで答えを見つけるといいだろう。
You should work hard to find your own answers.
多分あいつもそれを望んでいるだろうからな。
That's probably what Guy would have wanted too.
はい。
Right.
難しい宿題だな。
Man, that's one hell of an assignment. We're back! Yo, what's up? It's the sun! Oh, it's so bright. Oh, yo, it's Shizuka. What's up, girl?
エステル、ヨシア、それにしずくちゃんも。
Or not Shizuka, Shizuku. Yeah. Oh, Estelle and Joshua. And Shizuku too?
今日はとっても可愛い服ね。
Your outfit is just so adorable, Shizuku.
Oh, yo.
ありがとうございます。
Fur-lined, like, parka shawl thing. Love it.
Thank you.
こんにちは、皆さん。
Hello there, everyone.
お邪魔しています。
It's nice to see you again, Shizuku.
おお、外出日を満喫してるみたいじゃねえか。
Sounds like you're enjoying your day out, kiddo.
俺に休養が入ったので彼らが付き添ってくれたんだ。
I had to deal with some urgent requests, so I asked Estelle and Joshua to accompany her.
エステル、ヨシュア、面倒をかけてすまなかったな。
I apologize for putting this on the two of you.
気にしないで。
It's no biggie.
しずくちゃんと一緒にいられてすっごくラッキーだったもん。
Super lucky I got the chance to hang out with sweet little Shizuku.
ほっぺがプニプニのところも存分に堪能させてもらったし。
She even let me squish those adorable cheeks of hers.
エステルさん。
Hey, Estelle.
まったくもうおじさんじゃないんだから。
Come on, Estelle. Turning into some kind of cheek pinching old aunt.
ところでミシェルさんから聞きましたけど。
But anyway, we heard the news from Michelle.
なんでも 警察と非公式に協力することになったとか。
He said we were making an off-the-record alliance with the police. Is that right?
ああ、他の連中が集まり次第説明させてもらおう。
Yes, I'll explain more once the other members have assembled. Bracers, assemble!
ロイド、できればお前たちも同席してくれ。
Lloyd, I'd like for the SSS to be here for the meeting, if possible.
はい。
Of course.
I feel like Trail's protagonists, or at least like a lot of them, fall under the degree of like, man, they're very Captain America, where it's like, I could do this all day. Just like, knock down, get back up. Yeah, I can keep going, bitch. Like, most of the time you have to, like, knock them out to get them to not get back up. Or you have to, like, sleep gas them. Once everyone had assembled, they reviewed the current situation. After all of the responsibilities had been divvied up amongst the group, Lloyd and the others returned home to the SSS building.
それでは、しずくちゃんは責任を持って預からせてもらいます。
Okay, we'll take good care of Shizuko.
こちらは課長もいますし、頼りになる警察犬もいますから、どうか安心してください。
Chief Sergei and Side are usually at the SSS building. They'll be able to keep watch, so you needn't worry over her.
ああ、よろしく頼む。
Right. Thank you.
しずく、いい子で待っていてくれ。
Be a good girl and wait for me, Shizuko.
お父さん、
Yes, father.
お父さんたちも気をつけてね。
Please be careful out there, everyone.
ああ、心配するな。
Of course. You don't need to worry about us.
もう少し人手が足りてればよかったんだけど。
Yeah, kinda wish we weren't so short-staffed, though.
全員捜索に出払うとなると、ここもちょっと不用心だからね。
She's right. Once we all head on our investigation, this place will be an open target.
でも、よかったんですか？
Are you guys really okay with us?
俺たちの方からも捜索の人手を出した方が。
Maybe we should have some of our members help with your investigation.
気にするなって。
Don't worry about
こっ
it!
ちは病院の先生から成分調査の連絡が来るんだろ。
Besides, you're supposed to be getting a call from that doctor about the drug's composition today, right?
人探しは自分たちに任せて今後の状況に備えておくがいい。
Leave the missing persons to us. You can start preparing for the next mission.
しかし警察の連中と協力することになるとはね。
Still a bit hard to believe we're teaming up with the police.
レミフェリアでは別に珍しいことではないけれど。
It's fairly common in Remiferia, but I've never thought I'd see the day in Crossbell.
よろしくお願いするわね。
Pleased to be working with you, everyone.
いやー、こちらこそ。
No, man, the pleasure's all mine.
よろしくお願いします。
Thanks, I appreciate it.
何かあったら遠慮なくギルドに連絡してきてちょうだい。
If you run into any trouble, please don't hesitate to contact us.
こちらも何か分かったら支援課に連絡させてもらうから。
We'll be sure to let you know if we learn any new
それ
information.
じゃあお互い頑張りましょう。
Alright, everybody, it's time to go out there and kick some butt.
ああ、
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kick some ass. Kick some ass.
いや、なんていうか圧倒されたな。
Man, seeing all of them together there was a little overwhelming.
アリオスさんはもちろんですが、ホープのエステルさんたち。
We're all well aware of Arios' skill by now, but I could see why Estelle and Joshua are the guild's rising stars.
それ以外の人たちも全員かなり腕が立ちそうでしたね。
All of the other members seem highly skilled as well.
どうやら全員 B 級以上のランクを持ってるみてえだが、
I'd be willing to bet everyone there is at least B rank.
若手の実力者があれだけ集まってる支部も珍しいんじゃねえか。
Dang, it's pretty rare for so many up-and-comers like that to all be at one guild branch.
それだけギルドもクロスベルという場所を重視しているんでしょうね。
This must mean that the guild is really focusing their efforts on Crossbell.
裏を返せば警察が動けない状況を見透かされてるんでしょうけど。
Looking at it another way, though, you could say it means they're aware of how badly the CPD has its hands tied.
なあ、こちらもしっかりしないとな。
Yeah, we'll just have to work twice as hard to keep up in that case.
ごめん、いきなり変なこと言って。
Sorry, Shizuka. Suppose it's not exactly professional of us to discuss this in front of you.
気にしないでください。
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind at all.
お父さんが昔警察にいたのは私も聞いていますし、
Besides, I heard that my father was a police officer too, a long time ago.
いろいろ複雑で難しい問題があるみたいですけ
I
ど。
know there are plenty of complicated problems happening right now.
でも今回は一緒に協力して お仕事をするんですよね。
But this time, everybody's going to work together to fix them, right?
ああ、どちらかというと俺たちが助けてもらうんだけどね。
That's right. At the moment, though, I'd say it's more like they're helping us.
さてと、それじゃあ支援課に案内させてもらうよ。
Anyway, we should get you to the SSS building.
手を引かせてもらっていいかい？
Mind holding on to my hand?
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
そういえばキアちゃんいるんですよね。
By the way, is Kia there?
ええ、例のザイトと一緒にいるんじゃないかしら。
She sure is. I bet right now she's busy playing with Zeit.
しずくさんが遊びに来たら飛び上がって喜びそうですね。
I'm sure she'd be delighted to have you join her.
嬉しいな。
I can't wait.
よし、そんじゃ姫をエスコートして帰るとするか。
Alrighty, let's go to our little princess back to the castle. Ooh, my tummy, it'd be rumbling. It'd be rumbling. Just rumble, rumble, rumble. The same day, 5 p.m. Oh yeah, all these ellipses. Took so much time to localize this. He's gotta be messing with us, right? Why is he so damn late? I'm sorry if that was quite loud. I'm not. It's loud. But that's why I also have the. I remember a while ago I tested both like the bottom limiter and also the top limiter for the microphone as a filter. Now I only have the top limiter on to try and make it so I don't peak as easily. Which I, after checking on it, it's like when you have the bottom limiter on, it makes it almost seem kind of like tinny, like the audio. But when you only have the top limiter on, it kind of works its purpose. Where like if I yell into the mic, it kind of stops it from peaking super hard and making it like the audio like cut out because it's just peaking above. Yeah, I find high pass improves on this. Yeah, and it's like it's really a damn shame that I just never looked into like doing more doing filters a long time ago. Like, cause, like the thing is, you can put it like if you do your filters right, you can make like basic like not great mics sound pretty decent, like sound pretty good. And I wish I had like looked into it. Looked into it even before getting like a Blue Yeti. At least he talked to us, he called back around noon, didn't he? Well, he also said he would call around noon if it worked. However, if it doesn't, it would take a lot longer. Like, he only said the noon call was maybe. Like, they're taking it as 100%. I think that's the issue.
Yes, he did. I called the medical college, but apparently he shut himself up in his lab. Perhaps he ran into trouble while analyzing the drug's composition. Or he's simply gone fishing again. Well, I don't think he'd do that to us this time at least.
Hmm? The doctor still hasn't got back to you with the results?
No, sir. According to Saint Ursula, he's holed himself up in his lab running test after test. Things continue like this, it might be better to go talk to him face to face.
Possibly. I want to know what the drug's made of before anyone else gets hurt. You four hurry to St. Ursula. Leave coordinating with the guild to me.
Thank you, Chief. We'll leave right away.
Guess we better go catch a bus down to the medical college. Okay. And this is where I am gonna call the stream, because now we are in the finale chapter of Trails from Zero. Now, in most other games, a finale chapter would be done in like next stream or 2 streams. However, this is a Trails game, so there's kind of no doubts in my mind that I still probably got like another 3 streams. I probably got Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But regardless, this was a very nice stream. It was nice seeing everyone. Neko Dave, Rav Kiva, Fontano, who else did I see? Ninja Keaton, great seeing you, as well as, wasn't there? Mr. Light was here. It's great seeing you all, talking to you all. It was a nice good chapter as well, nice meaty, where like we got a lot of like plot, you know, moved it along with the intrigue going and certain questions being answered, but others being raised. We got to see Ren in the chapter again, which was cool. We're finally in the finale, guys. This is where shit is really gonna start hitting the fan very hard and fast, and things are gonna move. They're gonna schmoove. But regardless, thank you all for joining me tonight. It has been great. I hope you all have a very nice night and will join me in the next stream. Bye!